Hey guys, what is going on? We have a different setup than normal here at Survival Sunday, but as you probably know at this point, I am Seal, joined by Charity and Dave. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
How you doing, Dave?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? I'm live from the ATC in game.
Well, that is what that is. I thought that was your actual house.
Ooh, I wish I had this beautiful view behind me, Seal. I wish.
Hey man, it could be doable. But yeah, this is going to be number like 19 or so. We've done a lot of these Survival Sundays. And as you can see on the top left and top right, a couple of teams that are probably notable from a competitive aspect, but a lot of guys that are just kind of newcomers to both potentially comp, but also FirstBlood in general. I certainly got a couple of my favorite teams, but what guys are you looking at?
I'd say Moonwolf would be my go-to. Before they switched up and threw in 3 subs last week, and they're the winners from last week. But
With
before,
the subs?
So they did the first 3 games without subs, and then the first 2 games actually.
First 2,
and
and dominated.
Dominated. 16 kills game 1, 16 kills game 2.
Sounds like Moonwolf.
Yeah, they did absolutely amazing. And then they brought the subs in and threw it wrench in the works, but at the same time they did good, and they ended up taking home the wins. So yeah, they'd be my go-to team.
What about you, Dave?
Yeah. Hey, not only did they throw in some subs, game 2 they had some subs, and then game 4 they also threw in different subs. So there's like a bunch of subs just popping up, and they still.
You're a Moonwolf. You're a Moonwolf.
Yeah, I'm Moonwolf. Yeah. No, I'm actually on the Moonwolf side as well. I mean, that's my point with them having so many subs, and for them to still come out on top last week. I got a lot riding on them. Tonight.
All right, I got to switch it up then. I can't be the same as Mustache Dave.
Oh.
We're going with Team No One.
Okay.
16. Yeah, Team No One. I would like to see them perform well this week.
Those two teams are always have really interesting dichotomies as well, because especially in FirstBlood, they identify each other as like really major threats. So there'll be a lot of times where Team No One specifically will actually try and search out Moonwolf and try their best to actually go out of their way and kill them. This happened a couple of times in which once they dropped Los Leones and tried to outshoot them. They didn't win, but they took out 2 players, and Moonwolf got like a 13th that game. And then another time, in the mid to late game, actually, they left a centered compound and then actually just went out on foot and killed them, and then went on to win the game with like a really big, like a 20-kill victory. So those 2 picks are definitely really good, but I'm going to go with hard shifts don't exist. Ooh. This team is something I've loved for a very long time, at least the players on it. I believe they're ex-render. I'm not sure what the state is of that team in particular, but I've always loved their playstyle and how unique and identifiable they are because of that. They're the guys that, if they're playing on Miramar, they'll just have a couple of guys prone in various parts of the circle and be like, all right, guys, easy 4th place, let's go. And I kind of love it.
Yeah, but do you believe in hardships? Do you believe in them?
Right now, they do I don't know. I think that circles are actually pretty readable, I would say, if you know like what the circles look for and what they try to avoid. I think especially in comp settings like PGI settings, which we will be running here in the Survival Sunday games, I do think that their name is accurate.
I would say they still exist. They definitely don't as much, and I'd say the circles are a lot more predictable in, especially with the PGI settings, where Circle 4 will always shift away from water, and then Circle 9 again. It's a lot more predictable, but at the same time, I can't tell you how many times I've taken a compound on the south and then had to rotate all the way to the north, just because of that hard shift. And so,
yeah. I mean, I'm excited for today's games. We got 4 games. What's the format? We're playing Miramar. We're playing both maps, right?
Yeah, so we're doing Miramar, or I think it's Erangel, Miramar, and then NA, EU. So we're getting every possible combination of map and region today. So that way, all of our NA and EU teams will have a fair pick for the maps that we have. It's going to be a pretty balanced one, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense because y'all's 2 top picks, Moonwolf and Team No One, which are probably just like the baseline favorites to win. Even if I didn't pick them, I do think that they're probably like the top 2 teams, I would say, in this tournament. Moonwolf's EU and No One's NA. So just making sure that even in the top teams that we have, just making sure they all got fair chances. Very good idea.
All right, we're going to jump over and go to the map now. 17 seconds. What do you guys think of this plane?
Oh, boy. It's pretty fair, I would say. Southwest to northeast means that pretty much since it's right down the middle, people should be able to go around where they want to go. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that Georgia Pole on that northwest side, probably one of the harder spots to get to off this flight plan. But it's also the kind of place where, because there's so much loot there, if you can get an early car, then teams are going to be rushing there right away, and hopefully for them, getting some quick free loot. But we'll see if it turns out that way.
And I think with the new teams this week, we're going to see a lot more contested drops early, just because like not everyone has their set drops. You know, Moonwolf's probably going to shoot towards Milta, but other than them, I'm not entirely sure where other teams like to go every single game. And so I think it's going to be a crapshoot on where the teams land. You see Moonwolf right away head over towards Milta.
Oh yeah, that's their drop every single dang game. That's one of the reasons why actually Team No One is able to snipe them so easily, because their drops at the very least are, they do the same thing every game to a T. Erangel, Milta, Miramar, Los Leones, Northside of Los Leones specifically. And if they do anything else, then they usually get punished for it. So there's the team that if they're doing what if they're allowed to play their game, they're gonna do a great job. But if they're not, then they'll begin to have some trouble.
Looks like 2 teams military base, so that should be interesting as well with this flight pattern. So we might have some early game action, guys. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it depends on if they end up going Millie base or Nova. We see Levant on the north side there, Levant MDK with a vehicle driving on that road already, as well as a teammate has. So 2 players from Squad 10 able to get some quick cars, and with that zone, definitely being able to claim all of this location around that south side can be very, very good for Team 10. Oh.
Ooh, look at that circle. And Moonwolf. Looks like they're gonna grab a vehicle. They got a run over?
Yeah, First Blood.
First Blood as well in the First Blood tournament. Easy points, guys. Easy points.
Easy points and free, but Lemon Drops is there with a... Never mind. They don't have to worry. That's a 1911 with extended mag. That's not going to be anything Moonwolf has to worry about. They're going to be cruising on south of this, making sure they don't get their heads tickled a little bit by those 45 rounds. And that'll be Lemon Drops and the rest of the guys in Squad 15 in this sort of exterior farm area. Moonwolf still driving past a couple of teams, Defiant Canuck of Squad 21. But considering Otzi just dropped from his parachute, I would say that these guys probably aren't ready to take any fights. Moonwolf should be safe here. Yeah, Canuck's there with a shotgun. Moonwolf has a free ride into Milta.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Defiant Canuck before the game started. And he's looking forward to these games. He said, we got 4 games tonight, Mustache Dave. I'm on Rare Excellence tonight, and we are going to make a comeback. So make sure you look out for myself and Highfix and Utsi TV. Looking at the map, though, OP Dark Kick kind of separated for them. And Moonwolf is quickly approaching them. I mean, this could be dangerous.
Yeah, we'll go back to that in a sec, but the northwest side also pretty awkward, I would say. We see Richie and Znark taking that Gaka area, but there is Freemy Police, the far south, that are kind of interspersed amongst Team 18. Meanwhile, Tanaka Farms, the teammates of Freemy, currently approaching Hospital right now. That's a very, very wide split. If anyone gets any engagements, then Tanaka Farms is going to have a really hard time helping his teammates out. Oh, but look at that.
OP Dark taking out Moonwolf.
Yeah, so it looks like Moonwolf was a little bit too late to actually get into Milta. Dark was actually able to find an M4 before anything even really happened here. Going to be able to easily finish off Edukaz there. And now Moonwolf needs to make a choice. Are they going to stay here in Milta where they know that they're late because they've lost a player coming in? Or are they going to try and back off the vehicles they have? They do have those early vehicles, so they have a lot of options, but they're a little bit late, which means that because they're so spread out and because they don't have as much loot as Dark Kick, it could be dangerous to stay here.
I think Moonwolf is going to end up staying. They did 2 weeks ago, whenever they were contested, they got one of their players down. He was not finished early, but they did stay to finish out the fight. They're not ones to back off too early, and I think they're really confident. Even in a 3v4 situation, they're ready to fight it.
All right, this Gaka area is slowly solving itself with Znark and Richie not able to take down Dablo, so he links back up with Freemy. These guys will have a decent number of options, having a car and 2 players on it. Millie base as well, so mostly solved itself with Squad 6 taking Millie base proper, and Squad 10 taking Novo and the surrounding Sosnovka compounds. That's a pretty important location right now as well, because the zone that we have, very, very messy. We don't know if it's going to go southeast or northwest yet, which means that it could be southeast, could be northwest. But if it goes southeast, if it goes Millie, then Squad 6 and Squad 10 are going to be really feeling the love from the zone there.
Yeah, I think
Do you
it's
think
going.
we're going to see much bridge camping?
Ooh, I mean,
What do you think,
maybe
Dave?
Team
I'm
20.
not sure about that.
Yeah, Team 20, they can definitely go for the bridge camp Espire. And actually, you see a couple fans in the chat cheering for Espire, saying, "Listen, tonight is Espire's day." That's major upside. So I'm kind of against Seal. I don't know if you said that's going to go to the mainland. I think it's going military base, Seal.
60-40, I would say. I'm actually, it's when they bring up Espire. Honestly, Espire is like the nicest dudes in this tournament, I would say. I kind of love the guys. And they've been improving a lot since the first Blood weeks, so I hope that they do well here. Farm, though, popping off a little bit as Otzi TV rolling up just in the wrong house. Looks like Evasion was able to camp here and just simply take out a player when they didn't realize this place is occupied. Looking at the mini-map as well, teammates coming in from Evasion. So Squad 15 feeling pretty good about their position here in Farm.
Yeah, what's going on here? I already see a skull. So Squad 15 coming to dominate. I'm very curious. We got Team 14, Moonwolf. We got a couple members from Rare Excellence, all in that East Bridge, and looks like they're all gonna continue onto the coast on the mainland. I really do believe that it's going to go down to the military island. So
Yeah.
we might see a bunch of swimmers, or like we said, a sick bridge camp. I mean, look at the map right now. Team 13 all the way at the very tippity top. We got a couple teams in George Pool. I mean, there could literally be action anywhere right now.
Squad 7 is doing a really, really weird strat right now. We see 2 of them in a hospital, but 2 of them also in a bridge camp position on the western bridge right now. Squad 20 is kind of surrounding them and getting a lot of eyes around, but you were mentioning that the zone is probably going to go melee, Dave. 60-40, I would say. So teams, if they show up early, they have to contend with Karina's Fun, the rest of the guys in Squad 20, but also 2 members of Squad 7, which are in one of the safest bridge camp locations around. And now Wellio might actually be begin receiving some fire if they continue on that route there.
Looks like they are shotgunning into Dablo. Is he going to land it? He's got him down to 1 shot. So close. Oh, and he got him on the last shot. Oh, nope. That was from his teammate, Freemy. He's down. Are they going to be able to finish him? It does look as if he's around the rock.
Yeah, around the rock, but no teammates in sight. His teammate was forced to wrap around the far west side under those ridges, and that is the exact opposite location that Willie Q has currently found himself in. Not sure where the rest of the teammates are, but Willie Q crawling toward the water says to me that he might not be along for this world. Meanwhile, his teammates actually, the only 2 players that are up are in a fight against Squad 20. Picks taking a lot of damage, and Shuku with the UMP holding the walls here, trying to make sure that no one breaches their building for free. Teammate does get the heal off, but this means that Willie Q is going to have a lot of trouble actually getting res. In fact, pretty much impossible here. And they're receiving a lot of fire as Squad 20 realizing that players are here. Karina's Fun and Pippin Prime moving closer, trying to see if they can save Brogar. Karina's Fun here, having the UAZ peek behind. A great burst right there, blowing the head off of Pixel there. And now as Karina's Fun trying to press this advantage here, deciding to go for the res rather than the push. 10 seconds on that. Pippin Prime covering. We see on the minimap as well in the bottom right slide that JP Cloud just holding the compound while this is going on. So Squad 20 very confident they can win this fight with only 3 players.
Ooh, this is so dangerous. 3-1, 3-3-7 PUBG. Team number 16. They are about to be surrounded. I'm really liking JP Cloud on the outskirts. I think they might have a sniper kind of overlooking this, and here comes the push now into the compound.
Oh yeah, Korean almost hitting that one burst. Oh, the second one works out. Meanwhile, during that time, a frag went off, took down Pixel. That is gonna be squad 16 cleared out. The first eliminated here in the game 1 of the first Blood Survival Sunday. Oh, what's this going on? Outside of Milta, actually. It looks like that Moonwolf might be trying to take a fight here, but quick network lag. Okay, there's just on our end. We should get that fixed up real quick. Looks like they're able to get one down. And watch on this far left flank, spots out Zodiac, but with the 1X on the AK, not quite able to actually land those, and actually taking a lot of damage with a slow peek on the Mini. His two teammates to the far west side, not quite able to support him as well during this time. So Washout very much alone here on the flank. Meanwhile, Squad 14 popping a lot of smokes. Pretty hard to see through all this. But while it's going on, look at that bottom left side. Liquor is going to be bleeding out. He's just going to die. No one can find time to get that res off. And that's pretty much all that Moonwolf needs to get an even fight here. Oh, but look at this Utah's taking the high ground, spotting out Moonwolf as they're in the open, getting one down, not oversending either, just retreating right back into that smoke. That's going to be a super hard res for Moonwolf to actually obtain. While it's going on, though, Utah's knows that Washout's on that flank. He knows that he can't overextend here. But Moonwolf is able to actually crawl into some cover there on that far northwest side. They are able to actually begin that res process. Washout using this time to back off behind the ridge. He's sort of going back to his teammate. And this is definitely showing that Moonwolf are feeling the early losses. They're not able to play quite as aggressively as they want to because they're only playing with 3, not 4, due to the initial losses they maintain. And now look at this, Utah's and Galdroth able to take the high ground as Washout pulls back from this, and now Snackgate and O'Connell in such a horrible spot, forced to go prone in this low ground. Frags is exploding near them, almost taking down Snackgate. That Molotov's pretty close too, and I'm not sure these Molotovs are even gonna matter. Utah's blowing the head off of O'Connell. These Molotovs literally surrounding Moonwolf right now. The smoke, the only thing able to keep them safe. No res is coming out yet from this. Washout, meanwhile, on the north side, backing off way far north, looking like he's trying to go for survival more so than actually assisting in this particular fight. I don't see how Snackgate and O'Connell can actually walk away from this, man.
Yeah, I truly don't see Moonwolf making it out of here alive either. I mean, this is what happens when they're contested. No one this game was giving them Milta for free. Now getting the push by Zodak. Oh, the nice snapback. Remember, they're in the blue. Charity, I mean, you've been following Moonwolf for quite some time now. What do you do if you're Washout? Do you continue, try to get O'Connell up? You just get out of here, right?
Yep, you just get out. You got to count your losses. He needs to play snake mode now, play it super safe, and make it into circle. I mean, you can't pick the fight 1v3 inside the blue. They've already taken major losses, and if they go out now, they're gonna have 0 points. He can make it into the circle and play it safe and snake it out and get his team some points at least.
All right, well, lots going on. It looks like Squad 7, the duo bridge camping squad, has now turned into a full 4-man. Karina's fun as well, and the rest of the guys on Squad 20, they cleaned up the western flank of this particular entry point to Millie, but at this point, have not actually been able to take that bridge camping location. Meanwhile, the Millie Island itself getting quite a bit hot here as Aleta cruising up over the ridge, but getting his head blown off by Lemon Drops' Vector there. Millie Base still hot, but looking here, Ramsey here. Teammates coming in to back up Aleta, but not in time. He's finished off with that Vector, and now they're questioning the decision here, I think. Playing pretty passive here, but Mystery on the peak side, not going to be able to win the fight versus Evasion. We see him getting his head blown off there. Waldo on the side, getting his first aid cut off. Ramsey with a frag, tries to get something done with it, tucks it out. Oh, with a nice cross rating. 1, getting 2. He only needs to get 1. We're down Lemon Drops versus Ramsey, but it's not going to be enough. Whoa, some really good peaks early on. It was just not quite enough. Losing Leda early on was a little bit too rough there.
What a play by Ramsey, though. Having down to 1. That was very good.
That was amazing.
They're going to get all their reses off, though. So the rest of Team 7 able to sneak their way in and regroup. And so now they're 4-man strong. They were doing the very long 2-2 split earlier. And so now I think they hold an extremely dominant position, because if that shifts back north, they're looking really good and able to gatekeep all the teams from the south. And if it does shift south, then they're going to be able to rotate across that bridge. I know they have at least 2 vehicles still, and so they're going to be able to just drive straight across the bridge.
I mean, I'm still nervous, though. I'm nervous. I don't know. I mean, we still don't truly know where the circle's going to go. It can go back to the mainland, possibly the military island. I mean, it's just right there smack in the middle. I'm surprised we still have 18 teams alive still with all this action that we've been getting. So
yeah, quite a few, very few locations I feel that teams can actually be. I feel like there's just so little like workable terrain, and also like the north side and the south side are still have a lot of teams on them, especially the south side as well. Actually, a lot of teams have managed to sneak their way onto the military island. And, you know, what we're seeing here with just a couple of warning shots being exchanged between 17 and 21 is kind of the general feel of Millie in general. But a team that I really like right now is Squad 8 with Lush and the rest of these guys that are on top of this hill. It's a sort of a soft bridge camping location. You'll be able to see anyone as they make their way in. But also, they can go to a lot of different spots from this hill. You know, they can easily and safely transition from one hill to another. And as long as no other teams sneak onto these hills, they should be able to go essentially anywhere the zone's going to go on Millie Island. The only problem they have is if the zone hard shifts north up onto the mainland.
And from this position, you can just scout out everything around you. You have such an amazing high ground that they know exactly where every single spot around them is, if it's occupied or if it's not, and where they're going to be able to rotate to.
Looking over here
Honestly,
on the north side, looks like
turtle
Fable.
squads.
Yeah, looks like Fable's in a bit of trouble here. Only entered the game with 3, and they've already lost VT Killer before. They're also kind of pressed up against the coast. They don't want to be forced into the water, so they want to try and hold this for as long as they can. And look at that, no helmet means no life. Nova blowing the head off of Mars Bar Gamer. Nova saying, all right, maybe I can push off of this. But only has a couple of, that was a smoke grenade, not a frag. No damage there. 2x Scar Spray taken on one player to half HP as well. This is a real grenade this time as well. Requiem is running for his life, knows something might be coming. Is not going to get anything done. Oh, almost takes out Requiem, but a little bit too close. You know, on the left side, we see Phrase was taken out before this fight happened. Very, very tough res right there. And look at this. Mondo just running with Ironside Scar. I'm not sure he knows what he's getting into. Snaps up, taking out Mars Bar. Pressing the first flank as well. Takes on Culpepper. It's just Requiem who is not sure what to do. Wasn't sure if he should go take the fight or go for the US, who will pay for that with his life. Squad 13 getting wiped, knocked out into 18th place.
They're going to watch the replay and not be too happy with themselves because that was only a 2-man squad pushing onto. I mean, they had the numbers advantage, but they just kept running away. I mean, they might have had a better chance if they just stood their ground. But meanwhile, we're going to pop over to hard shifts don't exist around the edge.
This is the team I'm looking at, man. They're playing the edge. They got these cars. They generally play Millie better than mainland Erangel, but that was also stuff I've seen a couple months ago. And I think this is before they've been playing with Jimmer TV, who is a decent player himself, should be able to make something happen there. But uh-oh, look at this. Squad 8 does not appreciate players taking their hill. Lush on the far left flank, just sneaking in right in front of him. Cocktail beginning to take some damage from afar. At some point, they're going to peek up, and here it is. A huge close-range ambush, taking out everyone at once. There's only one player. Lush running out of ammo, though. He's literally one shot. They just need to land one more bullet onto him. Lush playing the left flank as Karina's finding, but oh my god, an ending befitting of Michael Bay himself. Frag detonating the UAZ as well as the life of the last player from Squad 15. A very, very scary ambush from Lush and the boys.
Oh! Madness.
Journey, is this one of your playbook?
This is straight out of my playbook. You got THC coming in. We like to play this spot a lot. THC in general, they like this hill right outside of military. It's one of the more dominant hills. It's great coverage. You can see everything around.
Oh, it looks like everyone's thinking that right now as there's 3 different teams fighting for this hill. Adam himself getting taken out. I think it's just Crow Up, and they didn't quite realize, I think, that there was already 2 different teams on this hill. A couple of guys from Hardships were taken out during that fight as well. But Squad 10, the winners of that particular fight, they don't have time to rest because look at that mini map. Look at your screen right now. El Boomerang and the rest of the guys on Squad 6 are right over this ridge line. And if Hadouken spends too much time looting, they're going to just realize that too late that there's squads right on their back.
They've got to be aware of it with the nades coming in.
Oh,
it's the miniature red zone coming down on them. Looks like they got the res off. They're gonna get the heals and then they're gonna reposition.
Look at the mini red zone popping off. Team 10, they can't catch a break. I mean, fight after fight. So close to taking one down. What is there? 2 more members left on team number 10. Yeah, they're gonna be backing out of this one, or at least trying to with the smoke. Oh, actually, they're gonna go for the flank. My goodness. What is this? A 1v1 now? I think this is a 1v1.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just Hayes versus Jaimezi. El Brumac is around here somewhere in the far south, but not going to be able to help out here if Hayes takes a peek right now. Spots Jamesy here on the peak and takes him down through the level 3 armor. Now it's just Brumac versus Haz. But oh no, the far north third parting beginning to occur. Jamesy taking a little bit of damage there. Brumac able to take out 11, though, just finishing off some players while he gets the res onto Giza as his only remaining teammate. We also saw Moonwolf driving by here. Washout somehow able to get the center of the circle. And by the way, the zone, Dave, you were right, and ends up going to Sosnovka Island.
Yeah, this is gonna be extremely interesting, but don't sleep on Turtle Squad, team number 8. They've been preparing for this whole time. Still 4 members strong. We just saw them a couple of minutes ago pretty much wipe out team number 15 Berserker Esports. But the interesting thing to pay attention to now is how those teams from the mainland, how they're gonna make it to the new circle, right? Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 different teams over there still. And it looks like Charity was right. A bridge camp might be happening from team number 7.
Yeah, it looks like Squad 7 definitely going for the bridge camp strats in general, but the mainland team, or the military LN teams fighting each other quite a bit right now. We're seeing Hardships doing against trying to see if they can finish off a couple of the guys on that southwest side, Squad 17 that is. Binlong taking some fire from afar, but his teammates covering his back. Pretty much knows that these guys got to be in the smoke, but isn't quite sure if he wants to run there alone. We hear a couple M24 shots damaging Dash, his teammate. The res as well does come off. They don't even know that Binlong's here, but he's making a little bit of noise now. But Master Pasta doesn't even hear him. The zone beginning to shrink. He leaves the smoke, and Binlong decides to strike right now, taking him down. And now all of a sudden, Squad 17 pinched here. They are able to, actually no they're not, they're taken down by Dash on the far side. There's very few options for Reproxy here. Trying to fight back, which side of this tree should I be on? I'm not sure, my friend. Dash joined though this time, did take a lot of damage during that, but oh, look at that. Just gets the quick first aid off and is able to finish Reproxy. It is not without losses though, they only will be walking away from that fight with 2 players.
You got a little gatekeep going on from Team 21 with Znark. He has his 2 teammates up to the north, but he is stuck. It's not going to be far enough.
No.
Close, but no cigar.
Good try.
Yeah, good try. He's going to have to smoke out and make it back to his teammates. He's too far away from the other trees. He is in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about in trouble. All these teams that have to make this transition. Team number 8 right now. Team No One. They have a pretty nice spot on the beach. That's Richie. Looks like he's taking some shots across the way. He actually took out 7S in the transition. Now we got, this might be the last member from Terror Squad in the boat, doing some donuts in the boat.
Yeah.
Richie not making it an easy transition here.
Yeah, he's swerving like his life depends on it. For good reason, his team's life certainly does. There's only 12 teams up, so the longer he can stay alive, the better it'll be. In fact, 12 teams alive with 28 players. So many underpowered squads are all that's left. So if you're into this endgame and you have 3 or 4 players up, you're going to be in such a good position to take the game. And like we were mentioning before, Turtle Squad might be the team to do just that.
And they are gifted a crate with that as well. Yeah. Most dominant position, and they're about to have arguably the only level 3 helmet on the map. They are looking good.
Yeah, so we should be getting
like a Cloudtail
on the north side.
They're pretty separated though. I mean, they need to be careful, even though no one's near them. Just imagine if a team decided to wrap around the edge. For example, Team 15 or 14. So we'll see. I'm still digging Turtle Squad's position. 3 circles up. We got a couple fights erupting on the edges right now. Rare Excellence still in it to find Canuck. I told you guys, watch out for this team. They are coming in here looking for some blood.
You know, I actually really like their spot here too. They have a lot of terrain to work with on that west side of the road, whereas a lot of the guys in the north and east, you know, they're running out of space here, especially Turtle Squad. There's only about like 20% of the zone that they have to work with. Yeah, it's really good cover, but they probably won't get to stay there. They're actually literally sitting there in the garbage can. It's a pretty silly bridge camp, but they won't be able to stay there. They'll have to go in a little bit closer. Meanwhile, the team that the Happy Campers and quite a few other teams were fighting for looks like that'll finally come to an end as Galdaroff in Squad 14 able to take down Hazdi, the solo player.
Here comes the push now to meet back up with their team member who's going to give up that bridge camp. I'm surprised. I didn't really see any shots from JP Cloud. They might just be trying to survive, as it looks like their location might actually be compromised over there. They're just trying to survive at this point. We still got 10 teams left. The circle continuing to shrink with team number 8 in such a dominant spot. I don't know who else I'm really favoring here. I mean, what do you guys, who are you favoring with 10 teams left right now?
Moonwolf.
There's one guy left.
Well, he was able to snake his way in, and he's still alive. His team could have easily went out in 19th place, and he made it a top 10 position for them. But in all seriousness, I think Team 8 has this. They have such a dominant position, 4 up still. And not only that, but they're great players. All 4 of them know how to shoot. They know how to play. They are the team to beat right now.
Well, let's look at this. Squad 12 might be looking to do just that. They still have 4 up. Not many other teams can say that, but they definitely don't have as good a spot tactically, but an can make miracles happen, man. And that is what this Rock is going to be trying to do, I think. They're probably going to have to leave soon, but they don't really have many options. And look at this, actually, they're kind of pinched between 2 squads as well. They can't go southeast because Turtle Squad's there, and they can't really go that far west because the bridge campers could just easily look over their little trash can and say, like, oh, look, there's guys right below us with literally 0 cover. This next zone is going to determine a lot about which of these remaining 4-man squads is actually favored by the new zone.
I truly don't know how Washout has continued to survive, kind of like Charity said. I mean, he's got 3 different teams around him. I got to assume that they're in a bush, but let's see where this next circle goes, because I'm predicting it's going to make a couple people uncomfortable right here. Okay, here he is. He's just living. He's living for the moment. We actually saw some shots kind of whizzing above their head.
Wow.
And the next circle, not too bad, especially if you're Turtle Squad.
It just loves these roads, man. I'm not sure if Turtle Squad can stay on that hill. It's a little bit iffy if they can actually stay up there and maintain their cover. But for now, they should be feeling relatively comfortable at shooting players coming in. And especially for this rock. But oh, there it is. They're cleaning up the western sides, blowing the head off of Free Me, please. But that's also a very, very easy res. It's going to be very difficult to actually confirm any kills from this side. And pretty much all that Squad 12 can do is say, yep, I see you, but we're not going to be able to kill you. In fact, Squad 12, they're able to move in with that down to directly under the bridge. And look at the minimap right now. This is still technically in the zone. This might be a very valuable position they have just taken, but definitely not comfortable. It's very awkward, especially with JP Cloud still on the far north side.
They might be able to get some nades up on that bridge and help take out, or at least down, some Team 7. Because like you said, they're going to be very hard to finish. You got Team 21 moving up on the backside as well. If they're able to take out the remaining 2 players of Team 6, then they are looking really good in quite a strong position. Arguably the most dominant position on the map.
Yeah, that west side pretty much only has a lot of solos left. But meanwhile, shots are ringing out here on the far north. It looks like that a small skirmish is to the far east as the Rock playing the far northeast flank, able to blow the head off of Tanaka Farms this time. So that's 2 helmets that Squad 7 has now lost there on that northern angle. So really, really good shots from the sniper of Squad 12.
I want to see these grenades. I mean, I want to see him try to toss it up there. I'm kind of nervous for that team underneath the bridge.
Hey, look at that.
There
it is.
There it is.
This Rock, he is a solo player right now for his team, getting knocks with the getting the nades off. What can't this man do?
Well, hopefully that he is able to have a functional FP, because 2 of his teammates just went down, and JB Cloud actually able to get the kill on the Koski as well. That is definitely a huge thing that is pretty rough for them. But look at this, JB Cloud no longer having the zone. Not spotted during that first bit of movement. Uno not able to get him during that, but JB Cloud has to keep moving on. And look, he's forced out of cover. Uno just playing very passively and now realizing that he's no way he'll still be in cover. Easy peek, easy kill, easy res as well. But they did lose 1 player when they arguably didn't quite have to, and it still didn't matter of the team that's right above them on the bridge as well.
Yeah, depending on how Turtle Squad plays this one out, they still got 4 members alive here. Looks like they're actually going to start pushing down into the southern end of the circle, getting a little antsy here.
There's a lot of people down there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people down there, so I was just going to say that their chances are pretty high, but now with this rotation, I don't know. Let's see what's happening though. Team 21 Rare Excellence. Defiant Canuck gonna be taken out. I'm surprised they only have 1 kill. I feel like they've been in the kill feed getting a lot of knocks here in game number 1.
Yeah, they were in like a compound v compound fight for a very long time. They're trading downs and trading helmets, but it was very, very hard to actually secure those. And oh my god, look at that zone. Turtle Squad now on the eastern side. But is that Galdroth solo pushing into Turtle Squad? It makes a lot of sense. They've gotten 2 downs. If he can confirm this and take Turtle Squad out, that'll be a huge upset. Look at this, though. He's wrapping on the far east side. Might be audible at this point. Cloudtail is prone, covering that exact angle, and Galdroth realizing he's a little bit too late to actually confirming these kills. It's spraying in the smoke. Yeah, that's not an easy way to get kills. They know exactly where Galdroth is. This is a bit of a gatekeeping spot, but look at that minimap. If anyone peeks to the north, he is easy pickings for anyone, but they're too busy hiding rather than actually taking shots. But oh, look at the south side. Gizaz running right into Moonwolf. He doesn't even shoot him. No one's shooting each other. What is going on?
Wash Up, get him. Get him. You gotta punish him. I mean, Wash Up is still crawling. But
Oh
the
my
circle
gosh.
is now pushing in. I don't think they'll be able to outcrawl this one quite yet, but they are just trying to survive. 17 remaining. That was, someone has to clip that. That might be the clip of the game.
Definitely right there, but look at this. The zone now finally leaving the bridge campers as well as the bridge trolls. A beautiful frag from Freemy taking down this rock. They do not have time to res. They cannot afford to do that. You have to run, Uno. It's so unfortunate there. I think the zone might be the killer for this. Yeah, he realized that a little bit too late. Could have been running during this time, but this allows Squad 7 more time to move out with their cars as well as move out on foot. Uno is now here. Might be able to spot Tanaka Farm, but look at the kill lead. Go Bang, Turtle Squad spotting Squad 7 during the movement as well. Freemy might be the only one to walk away from this, prone behind a tree, but does make it to the zone. But Uno being behind him might mean that Uno isn't long for this world. But oh yeah, Tanaka Farm coming in from the bridge. No hope of survival for anyone that doesn't fear me.
Turtle Squad has such a great position here. There's no other good cover besides trees.
Oh my god.
Turtle Squad has this one in the bag. As long as they don't mess it up, they should easily take this home. I mean, 2 teams left.
There's one person alive.
Yeah.
Look at the skulls.
Oh.
All these skulls are dead people. The only one up that isn't Turtle Squad is Freemy. And he goes down. They spotted him.
Wow, 1 team left. That's it.
That was it.
That is it.
That's it.
That was quick.
That
What
was
an
it.
inning.
Wow. That happened. Yeah, so Turtle Squad, they definitely, I'm not going to say they got fed, but they're able to look at the zone. The zone loves roads, okay? It hates giving, compounds, and it hates going deep in compounds. It likes to force players to cross roads and cross locations that are just garbage. But what happened there was that there was one spot on one side of the road that was playable, and everything else was flat garbage. Nothing else. No other teams had options, and Turtle Squad was able to abuse that to an astounding degree.
What a finish. And how about that trigger control from Moonwolf? Just proning in, guys running right at him. I don't know how you don't take that shot. Yeah, 100%. Not only, but it would have gotten him a placement, extra kill points, but it ended up him playing safe and snaking it out the entire time, able to secure his team 6th place instead of a 19th. He did amazing there.
What place did they get, by the way? Moonwolf.
6th.
What place did they get? Wow. 6th
Yeah,
place.
like
So-
top 5 was all about just like in what millisecond at the end game did you die?
So the story for me though, at least there, I don't know if you noticed, but Turtle Squad, when we made mention that they were pushing down south, they actually lost 2 members. They got knocked. Somehow during that mayhem, when the blue is pushing, they're able to get their reses off and then just win. I mean, honestly, I was really concerned for them at that point because, like I was mentioning, I felt like they didn't need to move, and especially with that new circle that still favored that location, I was just like, oh, they have to be regretting that push. But their ability to get those reses off, paying in tremendously at the end. Wow,
I feel
11
like there
kills,
was-
by the way.
like this big moment that it was Galdroth of Squad 14 had to make like the biggest upset of the game, and he knew it too. Like he was saying, okay, so I gotta go in, I gotta go in, and then just just peeked up and just like blah, just sprayed the smoke, and it was like I can't do it. That was like the biggest point of nerves I have ever seen in PUBG. He crossed the road. He knew they were down. He saw the smoke. He could have just reached out and touched one of them. But he just didn't go for the push. It made a lot of sense as well, because we saw with the X-ray that there was a player that was prone that was just watching that ridgeline saying, all right, so when peaks, I got you.
And that's where utilities come into play. Had he had a nade there, just up and over the hill, underhand a nade right into the smoke, could have taken out 2 players right there. And then maybe even pushed over, saw the guy prone. I think he's lucky he didn't push over that hill just a little bit more, because had he, that prone player was looking right at his position, looking for that off flank, and was ready for it. But as we saw last week, sometimes those players miss shots, and you're able to take out the snake. And so, had he had a nade, I think he could have done it. I think spraying through the smoke's not the most viable strategy, because even on a down player, you have to hit 3 shots if they're full health to kill him. And so, sometimes even 4, depending on where you hit him in the body. But yeah, talk about a ballsy push. He had it. He could have done it. He didn't, and Turtle Squad came out the victor because of it. So,
what about Team 12, Youth Crew? We saw them take that position underneath the bridge. They were there for a long time, and that was my concern as well. I'm expressing a lot of concerns right now, I know. But I had a feeling that next circle was definitely going to screw him, because there's only 2 ways out. You can either go up the left or the right, and your position was compromised at that point. I kind of felt like they were goners, and I didn't know how they were going to make it out of there alive, and they didn't. I mean, is there any other way? I mean, do you guys see any other way that they could have made it out of there alive? I mean, I don't know.
Frags, I think their smokes were good. I think if they would have thrown one more smoke on top of the bridge, and kind of if they got a good placement on smoking on top of the bridge, it would cut off a lot of line sight. Instead of smoking to where you're having to run to, sometimes it's better to smoke where the enemies are, and it cuts off their line sight completely.
Smart move.
Realistically, I agree. They weren't making it out of that situation, because not only did they have to make it through Team 7, they had to make it through Turtle Squad, who was... Turtle Squad had such an amazing position there. It didn't matter where you were in that circle. Turtle Squad had eyes on you.
Yeah.
You might be able to duck behind a tree and survive a few more seconds. And as Seal said, it came down to the milliseconds on just depending on where you died. You could have taken a 3rd place, a 6th place, a 2nd place. Didn't really make a difference. But yeah, you're right, Mustache. They were in a dangerous spot, and they got punished for it.
Well, I've seen that interaction though for like the below the below the bridge team and the above the bridge team, and I feel like it plays out differently a lot. And it all comes down to like your frag grenades. I feel you brought it up during the game, but I've seen situations where teams take that top of the bridge and they're saying, "All right, we feel good. We got elevation. We got cover. Everything's going right." And then like 3 frags go off. One in the garbage can, one on the main road, and one on the area like sort of between the railing and the garbage can, the little sidewalk, and then everyone dies. And if you can get 2 frags in the same spot, first frag down, second frag kills, then all of a sudden you're losing 1 player, 2 player. That only needs to happen a few times, and it literally is unpunishable by the team on the bridge. So if you have frags, all of a sudden you're praying that they just miss their frags. But if they don't have frags, then all of a sudden the team below the bridge, 0 options. And I think that right there we just saw what happened there. They just didn't have quite enough frags to make that position under the bridge work out well for them.
Where do you guys want to see game number 2 go? Where do you want to see the circles go? I guess is the better question. I mean, we had on Miramar. We had our military, so I'm done with that. When we go back to Erangel, I'm done with that. Like I got my 1 military circle of the evening. Don't give it to me again, type of deal. But on Miramar, where do you guys want it to go? I mean, I wanted to go centralized.
Crater's somewhat central. I like the crater endings. It's a lot of broken compounds, broken houses. So it's you can hide behind. It brings out the peak battles. I don't necessarily want it split to where one team's going to be able to hold the top side of the crater. I want it dead center of the crater, right where all those broken shacks are. And it makes for a slower late game, which not everyone likes to see, but I personally love the peak battles. I don't like seeing the ones where, just like the end of last game, where the one team that lucks out and has the hill is going to win the game. And I think if it comes down to that crater, then it's really anyone's game. It comes down to who has the better shot.
I'm going to go with military again. Campo Militar. I want to see something crazy. And specifically that northeast side. I have never been there. I play a lot of like just pub matches, like just, just public games, and I've never had any reason to go to the northeast side. I've never actually seen it. I don't know what it looks like.
You don't want to go there.
So I would love to get up there and just see like, oh, that's what that looks like. That's pretty cool, like a tourist.
You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. Seal.
I don't think I've ever
There's
seen a Campo ending. Have you guys?
I've definitely seen first and second circles kind of peaking the very tip of the north, kind of that wall that's up there, I guess you could call it. But Campo Militar, I just don't feel like there's anything of interest up there that we want to see. I feel like it would be a snooze fest. I mean, that's just my opinion. I see the chat is spamming some stuff too. I mean, let's ask the chat, where do they want to see the circles go? The admins are starting to spam, by the way. But Camp Militar, I mean, maybe because we've never seen it. Maybe we should see it at least once, like you said, Seal. But I don't think a lot of teams will be excited with that end.
Oh, they would hate it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, they would hate it. They would hate it, for sure.
I don't care. I'm not a player.
So you said you wanted more of a centralized circle. Are you thinking Hacienda or Picado or maybe the hill in between the two, the mountain in between the two?
Honestly, you and I had the conversation last week about Picado, how when it first came out, Miramar, that was the hot spot. Everybody went Picado. Now, no one really cares about Picado. We might have one team drop there, maybe two, but Seal, I see you making faces. Come on.
Yeah,
you got to admit, in
about
company, no one goes Picado. No one goes Picado. And
no one drops Picado for loot. But something that I see a lot is like there'll be one team that drops Picado. There's just like, okay, this is our loot spot. We get car spawns, we get positioning in the zone, we get like an average amount of loot. And then like all of a sudden there's like other solos. They're just dropping Picados. Like, what car spawn? That's mine now. I'll see a lot of guys just drop there, take the Murado, and just like buzz off, and they're just like, so we gotta walk out of Picado now. This sucks. Because if you don't have a car on Miramar and it's not centralized, you are in trouble.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble. But I just want to see it end on. You got your fantasy ending, all right? So my fantasy ending right there on the arena in Picado. Just last circle.
Nice.
Close it in. What about you, Charity? What's your fantasy? Your fantasy
ending. I would love to see a boxing ring finish.
Oh my god.
You know, and really come down to that 1v1 like we talked about last week. They drop the guns and they duke it out, fist fight. And, a little bit of fisticuffs and they go at it.
You and I have that agreement, but other people, they're too thirsty. They're too thirsty. Yeah.
Wouldn't quite be esports. What if one guy brings like a handgun to the ring, he begins losing, just like pops him out? That would feel pretty bad because he can't see.
That's what I'm saying. If it's only a 1v1 in the end, and you guys both see each other, no one's taking shots. Drop the armor, drop the helmet, drop the guns. Do a little emote, let the other person know I'm ready. Going for that punch out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a video game. We gotta have some fun. We gotta have some fun.
That's true.
It is a video game with $400 in the line, though, and I wouldn't want to lose a punch out.
Imagine winning $400 on a punch out, though.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Hey, come on, that you would be viral. All right.
At the end of the day, it's all about fun. But for these comp teams, winning is the only fun they're gonna have, and so I think we won't ever see the boxing match, unfortunately.
What if we said we'll give him $400? We'll give him $400 personally. If we get that.
Whoever wins the boxing match gets the money.
No, it has to be the end.
Set up though now. We got the numbers. Numbers aren't quite set up properly, but there it is.
There we go.
So Turtle Squad obviously winning first place, 133 points, and that's pretty relevant there because I feel like the kills that we got. Sometimes there's a first place team. They get like a ton of kills. Turtle Squad didn't quite get that, but what I did notice was that there's a lot of teams that got like a very, very middling amount of kills there. Yeah, look at that. Like kills 11, 6, 5, 7, 5, 3. There wasn't ever a team in that particular game where like, okay, we got like 20 kills, but like a third place. Everyone got like a middling amount of kills. There was a lot of very, very spread out engagements. And I think that because of that reason, after game one, I don't think there's any significant leads. I think that there's a lot of teams that still have a chance to really pick up in games 2, 3, and 4 and take away a big victory.
And you saw kills all the way down to the board to 16th, and I like seeing games like that where everyone's in the action and picks up some points. I think I deserve a new team pick since my team pick, Team No One, didn't even show up. So
you picked them. Come on, you can't bandwagon. You can't bandwagon here.
I wasn't going to go with Turtle Squad. I was going to switch it over to Espire. I would like to see Espire. They're in 7th place. A decent amount of points still, 49 points for game one. They're going to be able to come back. And I mean, we even saw last week where it was the Happy Campers. They were in 19th place going into game three, and then they took home a win with 22 kills, and it boosted them all the way up till 5th, and it put them in the contender for first place. And granted, game four they didn't show up, but they did. Game three, you score enough points, you're still in it. So with Eastspire being in 7th and 49 points, I think I'm going to switch it over. And no bandwagoning. I'm not going to Turtle Squad as much as I would like to. But yeah, Eastspire is my new team to take this.
I agree with that, man. Eastspire needs our help. Eastspire, slightly biased caster. I just like the dudes. I just love how much I've seen them grow throughout this Royal Sundays. Like at the very beginning, since like the early weeks, they were just one of the teams that were just like, hey guys, I'm just gonna play some FirstBlood. We're just gonna have a good time.
Just like
so
that.
You knew them since they were babies.
Their voices sounded like that.
Yeah. Then, I'm still with Moonwolf. Though.
Yeah,
they're gonna make a comeback. They found out game number one that the lobby is not going to let them get the loot for free. All right. So now with that mindset, I think they're gonna come in strong and demonstrate to the lobby don't mess with our looting patterns. So,
speaking of lobby, we are gonna switch over to it now.
There we are. That's the flight plan right there. Starting in a minute. Going southwest to northeast, but just finish my thought on Eastspire there real quick. They've grown so much since their initial time here at FirstBlood. That's one of the reasons why I like them so much. They've been with us for a while, but they were not a good team when they started playing here. And then I talked to them like a couple weeks ago, and the amount of thought that they put into their plays now and how much they've improved it's so cool to see. I love the idea of a team just sticking together, learning the game and learning with your teammates, and then actually having results that can show for it. Yeah, sure, they haven't won any Royal Sundays yet, but I think at this point they're at the skill level where they absolutely would be able to, especially with their current position. They're still in the running for it.
Mm-hmm. Entirely. And I think it goes to say a lot. If your team's able to stick together and keep the same squad and grow together, it's big, because especially in the esports scene, you just don't see that as much. You see teams constantly shifting up their roster and trying to perfect their player base. And I think if you're able to grow and learn as a team, it just works out better. But enough with that. What do you guys think about this plane? It's a little bit more on the south side, not as split as game one. Do you like it?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I think a lot of teams are going to have an easy time landing, getting in a vehicle, and going to their desired looting spots here. We're actually going to see a team drop out very early on here. I like that move. It allows them to get the most looting time possible. Let's just hope the circle number one will favor them, right? Because imagine if they get Seal Circle, then they're gonna have to drive so far.
I see this a lot on Miramar, but it feels like Prison and Higos are almost always left alone. I think we're actually getting at this game as well, unless EMP Phrase and the rest of those boys actually head far south for it. That's kind of a shame, because there's a lot of loot there between Prison, Minas del Sur, and Los Higos that would be up for grabs. Yeah, and they're not going south. They're just looking for cars on that southern road, it looks like, which means that not gonna be much love on the southern side.
So let's see here. Got a lot of late droppers actually. How many teams did popped out at the end there? I mean, my goodness. Los Leones looks like we're gonna have 3 teams occupying. Yeah, look at that. It's the race for
that's like 5
what?
teams.
Yeah, my goodness. I mean, imagine if they have all chat on. They're like all screaming at each other, parachuting. I mean, you gotta love it.
All right, well, they're going to be feeling pretty dumb for doing that, I think, because that zone that hit the far west side, yeah, Squad 4 later than the rest of those guys are like, yeah, we get to stay here, but even Picado, actually, you look at that, they're feeling all right with the zone, but Squad 6 taking the south side and Squad 12 taking the apartments and the Luchador arena. How do you feel about this, Charity, for like this split that these two teams got?
I think it's the common split for Picado. You see someone take boxing ring and then split the 2 apartments to the south of it, and then the other teams are allowed to just basically rotate around them to like motel and then the 5-story blue building. And so I think it's the common split. I don't know if we'll see too much action. I think Team 6 is going to end up looting and then bouncing out while Team 12 finishes off their loot. But overall, I'd say it's the common split for Picado.
Okay. Looks like FirstBlood has been had. Flash
What?
really getting taken down here early. And oh my God,
What's going on?
teams inside El Azhar. What is going on?
I mean, I guess you're committed to this drop at this point, and with the first circle, it's all or nothing. We might only see one team actually make it out of this town alive here. I mean, as a spectator, as a viewer, you gotta love it. As a player, you have to just be extremely nervous right here. Look at Zodak all up close and personal. He might be running into someone. Commander Udis as well, stuck in a pickle. Oh my goodness. I honestly don't know who's going to make it out of here alive.
Well, Utah's was being pretty stealthy there, but now at this point, making a little bit of noise, definitely audible to Nova next door. So it's going to be hard to get out of there. Meanwhile, look at the kill feed. His teammate Zodiac riding up in the Murado and getting punished for it pretty much immediately. This is not looking good for Squad 14 as they aren't really that collected, but now finally making some shots, finding Mondo. Looks like it was somewhere across the road. Might be trying to go for that kill, but Nova right behind him does not know this one's ability, but Nova not looking the right way. Finds him across the road finally, but not hitting any shots at all. And look at that Galroth there with the follow-up, with the backup, able to cover his teammate as he finishes the crossing, and Utah is able to get thrown right below that dip. Not going to be going down, but not quite at harm's way yet. Jumping over that rail, and there it is. Utah's getting to safety. And look, with Zodiac still being up, they might be able to save him. Yeah, they're now all pulling back toward their teammate.
You got White Liquor taking out 2 of the enemies. He actually was able to finish off 1 at Team 10. And now you've got reinforcements coming up. They're going to try and get the res off. Just a little bit of and Galdroth going down.
Nice.
That is 3 members of Team 14 down. They have to be aware of that. They're going to finish off the res. Oh, yeah. It was just a 1v1 at that point.
That was a really
They're extremely
good,
nervous. Oh, now 2v1.
But I think
2v2.
Yeah, 2v2 at this point. A couple of reses were able to get off. Actually, with Shorizy actually getting res himself. Zodiac and White Liquor not healing either. The longer they wait here without getting these reses, the harder this fight gets, especially without any meds. Levin able to get that heal off, and now they realize they got to go right now. But jumping over in front of Hajuka, they didn't realize he got up, and there it is. Squad 14 finished off after a slightly over-aggressive push. Looking at the map real quick as well, it looks like that Fable and the rest of the guys in Squad 19 will not be trying to put on additional pressure. So at the very least, one team going down. And with that Murado in that area, we did see a car pull up. The winners of that particular fight could just decide to leave El Azhar now if they wanted, which probably would be the right play. Oh my God, what's happening here?
Gunfights are erupting everywhere. This is what I wanted. Some Picado action early on. It's only one victor of Picado right now. The youth crew trying to square off against number 6. And here comes the push. Ooh, by UKI putting in the work right here. We are having, I mean, this is only phase number 1. We got less than a minute to go. We're already down a bunch of players here. What an amazing game. I mean, usually early game Miramar, kind of quiet, kind of slow paced, but not the case here, fellas.
Yeah,
not the case here.
Generally, we see teams like, if there's like 3 teams in the city, they'll be like, oh man, we gotta loot compounds now. We gotta like find outskirts. We gotta scavenge. And all these teams are just like, oh, there's this team in that city. Ready to kill them? Yeah, let's go for it. That was like every conversation in this game, it feels like, in team comms.
It does look like I was mistaken on the Picado fight. Team 6 and 12 did duke it out, and Team 6, the taking 2 losses and then running away with their tail between their legs. But like you said, I'm surprised that they even picked that fight. If I were them, I would have looted and then bounced really quick. There's just no point in fighting this early into the game. You end up losing loot.
I want the loot.
Yep, you lose loot, position, and players potentially, and so it's just not worth it.
Sorry, I want the loot.
What about team number 4? Enter Uprise. We saw him almost clutch that team fight game number 1. Who was it? Ramsey. I believe they took out 3 members from Reserve Esports, but was not able to land that last shot on that 4th member. Honestly, with that fight, I'm gonna have my eye on Ramsey game number 2 because I mean they're on fire. They are on
The
fire.
Rams
Yeah,
in
here they are.
particular, but the rest of the team looked like they were a little bit awkward during this time. Definitely to work on the team fights a little bit, but this is not a team fight that we're looking at. This is a 4v1 push that is looking like it's going to be lined up here against JP Cloud. I saw some support for him in the chat, so you might want to get some more in there for him soon, because if Mystery and the rest of the boys in Squad 4 decide to push, then JP Cloud is certainly going to need it.
And although they weren't looking the best last game as a team, they just recently got picked up and changed their name. They were Orbit for the past few weeks, and every single play on this is a fragger. They are great shots. As I know Leda is arguably the best shot on that team, in my opinion. I guess not arguably, but in my opinion, he's the best shot. But every single player on that can show up and win a team fight 1v4. And so I think that overall, they're a great team to look for. They don't back away from fights. You see it right here. They're pushing it.
That is not the time to pull out the frag. He's trying to hold this, but does not even take a single one with him. Damage Leda a little bit, but you said that they could all take 1v4s. So what was that, like a 16v1? That's not fair at all.
It really isn't.
Yeah, not fair at all. And you know what? Team number 20, Espire, isn't that the caster's pick over there on the couch in Boston? That's your pick. So how does it feel losing JP Cloud this early?
And that's the second one down too.
Feels bad, man. Well, let's look at the north side. Pippin, Prime, and Korean, realizing that there's way too late to help their teammate, will need to pull back and go a little bit further north. At the very least, that hillside does provide a lot of options for them, so they're not going to just die for not having that compound. But losing 2 players really early on is not good for anyone.
Yeah. They needed to get the rest of their squad in there quick, and then they would have stood at least a fighting chance against Team 4. I mean, the 4v1, that's such a hard thing to win, and so had they had 3 other members in there to hold it down, they would have been better off. But they still have a dominant position inside the circle, still 2 alive, so you know they still stand a chance. I stand by them. I think Aspire can take it. I mean, we saw Moonwolf come out 6th place with 1 player.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
Well, this is going on. A lot of teams that were able to avoid fights are actually making their way pretty dang close to the center. Moonwolf being one of them, actually, coming in from Las Leones with quite a few vehicles. Washout not in his right now, not sure where he is, but his 3 teammates making his way pretty close on. They actually dismount on top of this hill right next to the currently rotating Squad 15. Korangong taking a lot of damage during that off-road, but luckily it's a pretty beefy vehicle, hard to get the shots on these players. Mac taking a couple of those as well, but none of them actually hitting his person, just landing around him. Edukaz just trying to land the miracle shot. I very much doubt that neither of this will kill. I'm not sure where Karang's going though. He's oh god, something's happening with his car. He's going wherever he's gotta go.
Yeah, they might land that shot after all. But look at this. They can't catch a break right now.
Is he here?
Actually, they might have disconnected.
Yeah, he had to have disconnected. That is unfortunate to see. But
he didn't die.
He didn't die, yeah. No one's at motel. It looks like he's just going to jam himself into a corner there and sit there. He has lucked out. Hopefully he's able to reconnect in time. Meanwhile, his teammates made it into a dominant position and were able to take a compound all safe. And Team 18's got a pretty interesting split too, a 2-1-1. We'll see if they can meet up with the rest of their team.
Does that count as a split, or is that just like you need to link up at that point?
You need to link up. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose.
I mean, it's kind of dangerous at this point.
This is really bad for Mega Man. Oh my god. The front left wheel is gone. The car is smoking. The players have taken some shots. They need to get out. Oh my god. One player
He made it out.
Barely.
How did he jump out of that? That was going too fast. I'm lost for words.
Hold up. No, Mega Man's dead. Did he have a passenger? Was Stick the passenger?
The passenger in the back seat
he had zero faith in the driver. He was out.
Wow. I mean, maybe Mega Man pumped the brakes at the very last moment, let out his team member, said, go on without me. But look at all these fights right now. Turtle Squad, once again, coming into game number 2, trying to dominate the Eastern Edge over here. They're doing quite a good job. We see a couple members in the kill feed. Moonwolf versus Turtle Squad right now. 2 very strong teams here in this lobby.
Yeah, definitely some long-range shots, though, and Lush's only moving out to get the kill into Mr. Coconut, who, very much like Mega Man said, hey, go on without me, Ripstick, I'm dead now. So, gonna be just Ripstick, I believe, from Squad 11 going on into the late game of this fight. Moonwolf as well, not quite able to disable the Marauders. So Turtle Squad still having quite a few options. But here on the east side of the circle, look, there's Squad 15 and Squad 5 that are right next to them in pretty much just better spots. They're close to the middle of the circle. They're just less contested as well. In fact, if you're Turtle Squad or Moonwolf on the east side, that's a really rough rotate to go for to get further into the zone.
You can see the entire south side of this circle is completely open. So much prime real estate. Moonwolf taking shots. And a few weeks ago, we saw these guys take snipers and then hold the top hill and just take heads left and right. So you throw a sniper in any of their hands, and they're going to do great. And so I'm excited to see how they. And it looks like two of them have snipers at the moment. Maybe even 3. And so I'm excited to see them take some hills and then take some heads from it.
Wait, zoom out. What is going on here? Wait, look at the blue. There's like 3 different. Oh my
gosh.
What? This is the second circle. You can't do this.
Very late rotates.
From multiple teams as well. I mean, they're definitely going to be paying the price as we see a couple members dying here in the rotates. But honestly, where do you go? I mean, with this circle, we see the mountains in the south not currently occupied. But for the most part, those easy transitions from the north, where do you guys go at this point if you're not in this circle yet?
Well, we see how the road right now kind of like bisects the zone, like a 70% south, 30% north. That north side, like west of Picado, that's really bad terrain. There's a couple of decent compounds there, but besides that, super flat. So even if they do get into the zone, that's the easy part. The hard part, like you were saying, Dave, is just like figuring out where you go after that. And honestly, I'm not sure if you've got many options. Maybe just continue blue taking, trying to wrap around all the way west, maybe to the south side. Because if you're trying to fight through, just bear through on the north side, I feel like that's just not going to work.
That's what I would do. I would hug blue and just keep traveling on the road, try to go as fast as possible. You don't see as many teams playing edge on Miramar. I think it's mostly try to push in and take something central. Like if you look along the edge, no one besides Team 13 in the southwest have the edge held. And so if they were to take that road by Monty all the way south and then cut in a little bit and go on foot and take the hills, I think that would be their best bet. Maybe try to make it in Chumacera, because Chuma is a hard town to hold. And as of right now, there's more than likely only going to be one team in it. And so I think that would be my rotation.
Oh my God. THC, the Happy Campers boys, are light up the kill feed. They're taking down 3 players from Squad 7. Meanwhile, Ramsey here on the high ground. A bit of a sniper team right here as they've spotted out Squad 21 below them in the compound. No need to peek, though, and they realize that they're just going to be laying low and definitely not going to be giving later Ramsey any more kills than they already have. RIP Eastfire. But let's look with this hilltop position they have. This is exactly what you want on Miramar. You want to have those hilltop spots that let you see a lot around you, that let you move around a lot as well. In fact, in that particular spot they hold right now, that is the exact hill that Moonwolf had when they just blew off the heads of the entire server. So if they can mechanically prove that they are as strong as Moonwolf, like you were saying before, Charity, then this would be a really good spot. But that's not easy.
Funny enough, they actually won that game. Team 4.
That's true.
Moonwolf got pinched between a few different teams, and Moonwolf ended with more kills in total and took a second place out of it. But yeah, Team 4 was able to take home the victory that game, and so I think in that week it came down to literally 1 kill for the between first place and second place. So that is quite a week to watch. But yeah, they're gonna have to try and prove this week to see which team's the more dominant.
And that's 3 points, right? 1 kill, 3 points. So I mean, that's amazing.
Difference, really.
That is amazing. I'm looking at the map right now. Hardships don't exist. They got a pretty nice compound. That's team number 5. Moonwolf, washout, kind of spread out. They're going to be gifted a crate, but I do believe they are receiving some fire from across the way. But like you guys mentioned earlier, give Moonwolf some snipers, and they put in the work. So depending on what is in that crate, this could be game-changing because 2 of them already have snipers. So imagine if 3 had snipers here moving on into the late game. Surprisingly, very different from game number 1. We still have 16 teams alive here in phase number 3. I felt like game number 1, we had around 14, maybe even 12 teams alive in phase number 3.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird game, partially due to just like kind of how rough the zone was, forcing Team South. But that's not quite a bolt action. That's pretty dang close. The Mark 14, one of the strongest DMRs in the game, pretty much just like an SLR, but better in every way. Moonwolf will definitely not be saying no to that, especially with the level 3 armor being as powerful as it is. And at this point, Moonwolf generally a team that on Miramar they like to grab those nice central locations, but they're forced to play edge, and that's okay with them as well. So getting a crate to go on top of that edge spot, not going to be bad for them as long as they can just take those 1v1s that they are so well known for. They're going to be feeling really good about that spot.
I think they're going to try and wait for the blue to close in before they go for that. With that crate being dead center of the road, I think they're going to opt out to wait and hope that no one's on the north side before they try for it.
Charity, how do you feel about Squad 18 spot?
18s, I like it a lot, actually. I think that it's a very dominant position. It's got hard cover. If any of them go down, they're going to be easily able to res. It's a bigger one, so if a team is able to make it up on one side, it takes at least 5-10 seconds for like if some team push from the south, the guys on the north, that takes them too long to shift. And so if 21's able to get up on them, it's a harder position to hold. We'll see right here.
Oh.
Ooh, Defiant Canuck pretty low with the health. Sneaking up. Zark definitely hears this. Zark going to be pulling around, trying to back out. Ooh, Zark taken down. In the process, I'm assuming the thirst will come out, but not allowing it. And there goes Defiant Canuck.
He needed to back out after he got the down there. With being a third health, I don't know why he continued so hard. That was... But he's very confident in himself. But like I said, if you go down, they're going to be able to get the res off. They're dead center, and so I like their compound probably the best right now. We'll see the
So
next
what do you think
circle,
is the team comms were? The team comms. They're like, hey, don't do it. He's like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I got it.
I got it.
Let me around him.
They just let him do it, and he paid the price.
Had that team pushed up as a 3 or 4 man unit, they could have left. They could have left one back to cover and snipe the peekers. But had they pushed in as a unit, they would have been so much better off. Sending your lowest health player to solo push just wasn't the right call, in my opinion.
I think that was a lot of like what Dave was saying. Just like one guy being like, "I can do it. Let me at him." This zone is garbage. Wow. So the north side of the zone, very few teams here. Most teams in the game were playing that southwest side, expecting it to stay on that side, but it's just keeping this road in time and time again. So Squad 4 feeling really good about that, as well as Squad 20, or at least the Remens of Eastfire. And oh my god, feeling even better as they snipe the head off of Sobialicious there. Not gonna be able to confirm that kill. THC should be able to get that res off if Croak just can maintain this movement here. Yeah, smoke's going off, so they should be able to get that res there. But there's a lot of teams that were there on the south side that a lot of that real estate was cut off as like the zone hard shifted a bit to the north side there. So I think that yeah, that Shumasera area is gonna be getting very hot very soon.
So do hard shifts exist? I think we're seeing it here.
I gotta see the circle. I gotta see the circle.
Whatever.
Sure,
yes,
they have to touch. They have to touch. I told you last week, Shirley, the circle and everyone has to touch to be an official hard shift. You got to touch it. But fair. Mystery over here popping off. This is the team that I was looking out for. Enter Uprise.
Oh.
Like they're gonna be under some cover fire right now, but they can get their 4th member up. They're looking pretty good because they are in the new zone.
Definitely feeling the wrath of the 3x right there. Not quite able to confirm that kill there. Should be able to go in as 4. Actually, no, as I say that, Shibek is able to finish Leda off. So going into with 3, holding these kills with 4 is really, oh my god, look at that kill feed and look at Dash landing that headshot, getting 2 different kills on Squad 18. We were just saying how good of a spot this squad was in, but old render and new hard shifts don't exist. They see the hard shift existing right now, and they don't care. They're pushing in, getting these kills, but look at that Cloudtail from Turtle Squad, a solo player up, actually, him and Lush are up, but not together at all. Prone here on that little ridge line. This could spoil this push here if hard shift don't exist, decide to push here. Slotting Jimmer, but decides not to shoot. Okay, so this is kind of like that situation we had with Moonwolf the previous game. And that even if you can get a couple of kills, it might just not be worth it. And I think that Cloudtail probably making the right decision here, especially having the off-road to hide behind. You just let him push, let him take the fight, and then maybe you can third-party it, but it's not worth fighting.
He has no reason to shoot there. He's right inside the zone. He's really close. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're running towards me. Kind of have to at this point. Oh, he's still dead.
Yep.
1v4. Yeah. not going to happen here as hardships don't exist. Doing a great job trying to surround Cloudtail to confirm that kill. Binlong going to confirm it. We still got Lush all the way out there now, just going for placements as we still have 14 teams alive. Moonwolf with a sort of a 2-2 split on the edge, but besides that, looks like we might have some action right over here. Aspire, this is the caster's choice. Looks like they're gonna be fragging out right now on the Happy Campers. Ooh,
yeah,
there goes.
Like sneak in here to the compound, which looked decent at first, but a nice frag from the remnants of Aspire were actually able to even the odds, and now all of a sudden we're in a 2v2, and last time I checked, Soapy just got his head blown off. So there's a good chance that that player does not have his helmet. Crow in the back also got that res previously, so might be running a little bit low on resources there. Crow and Soapy, though, holding the right side, and while previously this looked like a potential push from the Happy Campers, now is mostly just, okay, you're on that side of the compound, I'm on this side, and if the zone goes away, then that's just gonna suck for us. And the question is, though, is that will it? No, for now, those will be happy neighbors.
And we see down to the south, Team 18 is actually able to take down 3. Oh, we're going back. Team 18,
that's big.
They're not going to be able to get the reses off on the south, and so it's just Dash and Jimmer up. They're going to opt to just leave their teammates and make it into the zone, hopefully. They are stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Team 18 moving in on their flank, finishing off some kills, and then the team to their north, Team 21, is going to be able to gatekeep them out. Both Team 18 and 5 are going to have to push through 21. Lush is in trouble here. Let's see if he is able to just snake it out and not be spotted.
Yeah, really interesting routing here from squad 15, just literally running on that road, using the looker into the range. Meanwhile, Landoon with the SDS. The SDS is this man's favorite weapon. I don't know if that's a fact, but every time I see this guy, he always has one, using it almost way too much, but right there, Miramar, this is the perfect map, and that was the perfect distance for some beautiful SKS shots, taking down hardships, don't exist, sending them into, I believe that was 13th place. Meanwhile, in the kill feed, you see Turtle Squad, Lush getting finished off in 12th place. So despite getting 1st place, 12th place, not that great of a follow-up. We might be seeing the leaderboards mixed up here after game 2.
No helmet from Zark as well, so being extremely aggressive, going for it. Now we see number 18 going to be making that rotation in the southern end. But right now, Team 15 Berserker Esports losing 2 of their members. Who left here? They are not in the new zone here, and they are being gatekept by Rare Excellence. Rare Excellence doing a very good job at gatekeeping these teams as well. But they're not the only ones. There's 2 teams actually gatekeeping. Here comes a crate that should be able to help them make their way on into the new zone. What's really sticking out to you guys? I mean, besides all the teams kind of all cluttered in the southern end.
So sticking out, or rather not sticking out to me right now, is Squad 4. I think it's important that they're not sticking out because they're a very strong team, and this is how they win Miramar a lot. They find a spot that's they're going to be able to sit in for a while, and they pick a very, very smart time to just explode outward in the late game. They just kill everyone at that point, and like kind of like a surprise engagement. They're not. This isn't what a zone where you can do that though. Is the problem? You know, the big road existing and them being on the kind of like one side where it's gonna be hard for them to cross it means that they're very much at the behest of what the zone kind of does here. And kind of at this point, because the road is as big as it is, everyone is. So this is gonna be a hard game for anyone to win. Oh god. Okay, so Hypex protecting his teammate, and another team finishing that kill off, but not actually able to confirm the res, and no one is near this. This is actually Canucks team, the team we saw go for the one-man push, and if he didn't do that, they could be getting a res at this point. But now there's 2 players blending out in a building together. Landoon, these are gonna be the easiest buildings to play.
Team 18 is just push, push, push. This is gonna be,
exactly.
I think, their 3rd squad they wiped out, and you see the Happy Campers able to take out Team 20. And so Aspire is down and out. What's it? I thought THC is still up. Yeah, Happy Campers are still up.
Still up there.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yep, they were able to bite back, I guess you can say. But here comes Moonwolf. I mean, we got 9 teams left. They are starting to make this.
Oh my gosh!
Oh god!
What a nade!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Moonwolf. They are turning on the button. They're pressing the on button. And I think they're going to be able to contest our team down there in the south, team number 18, Team No One, as far as kills go.
As far as kills as well, but as far as position, that was a very important fight to win because that northeast side of the zone is now all there, and there is no place that Moonwolf shines more than in an open plain where they have cover and other people don't. So if they can get a good spot here, if they can make a little car fort and they can find a little cover, they'll be feeling good. But right now they gotta find that cover first, and Crow and Soapy are trying to make sure that doesn't happen. But in a 2v4 versus Moonwolf, that is not an easy spot to be against.
And they've got Team 10 pushing in on the other side as well. Tanaka Farms just trying to be safe and sneaky. I think Team 10 ran right by him and did not see him. You know Tanaka's got to be happy there.
Yeah, honorary member of Squad 10 right now, hoping they take the fights, and he'll just be cheering them on in his own closed team comms, I think.
the solo man. I mean, I'm wondering if Tanaka could play spoiler though. Even though they're looking that way, like they might have heard something. I want to see these solo players. I want to see them make an impact on this game. The level 3 backpack though needs to be really careful of that profile. They might give it away here, as it looks like all 3 of the members from Team Time are doing a little bunny hop, looking behind them because they might be a little suspicious back there. With phase number 6 though, I'm telling you guys, I'm still betting on Moonwolf.
Yes.
Maybe. This spot is really awkward. Look at the minimap right now. There's a few members of Moonwolf that haven't been able to make it into the zone yet. And Landude spotting as well as Richie with the that is just the wrong time. The zone's moving. They can't get these reses off. They're going to need to leave him for dead, and McChina will be able to finish Washout off. Moonwolf, they went from having a really strong from the northeast side to just not quite be able to find cover. Look at this. Snaggy is forced to just take a knee in the open. That's not a fight anyone can win. And I think that right here, look at that bottom left side, 12 kills. I feel like that's just going to keep knocking itself up. I don't see how Team 18 doesn't win this game at this point. They're on the big ass circle. A lot of kills. What do you do?
Let's see if they get favored on the circle here. Not a bad circle for them. They're going to have to go out in the open, though, to take cover. And so we'll see if they are able to do it and keep all 4 alive. I think if they're able to make it into this next circle with all 4 alive, they're not only going to wipe out Moonwolf, they'll probably end up taking out Team 4, well, at least one member of Team 4. And they need to secure Moonwolf's position. Oh, there we go. The nade. Moonwolf is eliminated at 7th. And so if they're able to move up and take their position and keep 4 alive, I think Team 18 is going to do really well.
Like I said, Team No One, they're definitely going to win this game. That's the game I've been rooting for since the very beginning. And now they're finally turning on the heat. They pressed that button. Team No One, 16 kills. I mean, I'm like a predictor over here. Here comes another kill. They're unstoppable right now. Look at them. Look at them moving as a pack. I love it.
Well, look, there's 6 teams. There's 11 alive. There's 6 teams alive. The only other person, there's 2 teams that are a duo. Everyone else is solos at this point.
Who can stop them?
No one's going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, who can stop them at this point, honestly? 17
no one
kills.
This game.
They're so delicious over there. I mean, if they spread too far apart and get a little too confident, yeah, there goes Richie. They're going to be knocked down. But you got to assume with all these kills that they have the utility, they have the smoke, and they'll be able to get Richie up here. I would recommend it. Hey, don't shoot your partner. But let's see if they go. Yeah, they're going to get Richie up here. So we're back to 4 members strong. Utsi, though, spoiler.
I think at this point, Soapy and Crow are pretty much the only one that have any option to say anything against that Team 18. That just totally great spot there for them. But first, they got to figure out what to do about all these solos they're sneaking their way into the compound. Look at that. Shorizi was able to make his way in, making a little bit of noise with the crouch running, and Crow has an idea of where this player is, but might have lost him there from the audio. I think with 5 teams up, 9 alive. It still looks a lot like the first game, and look, Troy's even going down from THC. They clean up the compound, they clean up north side, and they potentially cleaned up a 2nd place for them. But
what do you think Utsi's doing back there? Just watching.
Trying to get 2nd place anyway.
Watching the mayhem. Yeah, now it looks like Team No One. They have their focus. Right, they have their focus, and Soapylicious, the last remaining member right now from the Happy Campers THC, gonna be hiding in that barn. Utsi died. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, died to the zone there, and that is gonna be all that she wrote.
That's it.
Yeah.
Died to the zone. I mean, mistakes were made, right? I mean, I thought they could have played spoiler. They didn't even get second place off of being so passive back there. So it's got to feel bad. But the Happy Campers definitely feeling good with that second place win. And they got a couple kills under their belt as well.
Yeah, they fought real hard for that compound. Lost a couple players during it as well against Eastflyer, who held it valiantly, but 2v4 just not quite winnable versus a team as mechanically strong as that. They did a really good job holding it after they took it, though. Took out quite a few solos. Were able to sort of pepper Landoon, China, Richie, and Znark with bullets every here and then. I think blew the helmet off of one at one point, but we saw how they were playing that whole game. They got a crate as well to back up their already insane position and mechanics. That was just really, really good from these guys. And honestly, with I think Landoon and Richie, they're ex-Nova, I believe, or current Nova.
Ex-Nova, I do believe.
Yeah, ex-Nova.
But they're pretty strong. That's
extremely
a tier 1 team
strong.
right there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, they showed it right there. 21 kills in a first place win. I think they wiped out 6 different squads. Like, not fully wiped them out, but they were definitely the finishers on it, and they did amazing. They landed all their shots, and like you said, you throw an SKS in Landoon's hands, and he's gonna drop 8 kills. So yeah, he's a great player. All 4 of them are.
He took out Moonwolf.
Yeah, he took out Moonwolf. And then there's a point in time in that game where we're just like trying to make like a list of teams that had good spots, and Landoon, Chino, Richie, and Znark just kept killing them. We're like, all right, Moonwolf's going to be in a great spot. Oh, they're dead now. Leda and the rest of the boys in Squad 4, great spot. Oh, they got sniped down from afar. I wonder who that was. Landoon and the rest of the guys. Their long-range mechanics were just insane, and they kept taking positions that allowed them to just really show their skill at those mid-range distances. I feel like Moonwolf is better at the very, very extreme long and extreme close range, but Landoon, Richie, China, and Znark, they were good at that middling SKS DMR distance, and they really showed it this game.
And even the long-range distance with Richie, put a sniper in his hand. He hit several long-range headshots with that M24. Very, very strong player. But overall, I think you see the kill split just a lot more dominant on Miramar towards the first place team. On the first game, it was all the way down to the 16th place team had kills. And so this one, I think it was an even split between, the 16th place our team had kills, but then everyone else threw up there's a chance they had 0. So.
I mean,
yeah, so we'll try to get the scores to you guys when we can, but I think that just off of like predictions right now, based on that, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of shifts in the scoreboard with a 22 kill victory.
And we saw Turtle Squad go down early there too, and so that's big. That's not very many points that are going to add to them. And then let's see, Moonwolf,
Team No One,
went down in like 5th, 6th.
Yeah. So Team No One, we were thinking they're definitely going to take the first place here going into halftime. I agree with that. Turtle Squad, like you said, went out pretty early on, so they're probably going to be able to hold on to their second place position. Because Red Band, that was, I think they went out 5th place there. I'm not exactly sure. But we have to give credit where credit's due. Rare Excellence, team number 21, 0 kills, able to secure them 3rd place there on Utsy's back alone. I mean, that's always an accomplishment. 3rd place.
They made a lot of weird decisions that game. I think it was kind of like old Render-esque in how they had like one guy make a push and it just didn't work, and they had one guy take a shed, and they just kept doing these weird strategies until it worked. I just don't like how just one guy happened to go for a push that game, and everyone else was like on the team was like just okay with it. That was really really weird, and I don't predict we'll be seeing consistent placements off of them based on that like particular play.
And he was a 3rd health at that, no meds. That just blows my mind that they chose him to push. It just doesn't make sense.
That's not even a thing. Like, you don't choose people to go for 1v4 pushes. That's not a thing.
And he didn't get the thirst as well. So it was all for nothing for the most part, because like I mentioned, they ended up with 0 kills off of that. So they're definitely going to be a little upset with that, but then not so much because of that 3rd place position, I feel like. But learning a lesson, none to say the less.
Looks like the scores are finally up now at this point. Finally. God, thanks for getting the scores finally, guys. And it looks like Team No One, unsurprisingly, with a 22 kill victory taking that first place with 196 points, 40 above second. After first place, very, very close between second, I would say like 8th place. So definitely with 2 games left, a lot of wiggle room for our top 10 teams, I would say.
Entirely. I think overall that I like this spread in points. I like to be able to see them, still stand a fighting chance and know one team is for sure going to take it. But even like last week, the 19th place, the Happy Campers were able to push into 5th with just one game. And so, it's anyone's game at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that just because we still have 2 more games. But if the leaderboards are looking similar to this going into game number 4, I'm going to have to say it's going to be tough for a team in 19th place to make the comeback. But like we're mentioning, there's still 2 more games. So honestly, after that game with 21 kills, it's up in there. It's up in there at this point.
All right. So before we go to halftime, what are our new teams that we'll be looking at here for the latter half of the event? Dave, what are you thinking?
I'm still going Moonwolf. I mean, I'm not jumping off of Moonwolf. They're in 8th place right now, 102 points. They just need to tighten up and get those $400 at the end of the day.
So I had originally went with Team No One, and then I thought they didn't show up for Game 1. I was sadly mistaken, so I switched off them and went to Eastspire, and then they come back and take a first place. So, and I would feel bad if I went back to Team No One. I'd feel like bandwagoners. I'm going to stick with Eastspire. I want to see them come through 75 points still. They didn't do the best on Miramar, but we're going back to Erangel, and I think I would like to see them really step it up and take home a win. And I thought we'll stick with Eastspire.
Well, the team that I was looking at, Hardships Don't Exist, aren't doing too hot right now. Happy
Just stick with them.
Campers.
Let's
No,
go.
I'm not gonna do it, man. I'm not gonna. I don't want to lose.
Eastspire, you heard it here first. Seal jumping off the ship.
No, I didn't jump. I would never ship off Eastspire. I love
them.
those nerds. I'm looking at. I'm shipping off Hardships Don't Exist.
Hardships don't exist.
The name doesn't
Don't
work.
trust them.
He's hard shifting away from them.
Yeah,
Hard shifting away from believing.
They do exist. I just did it. You're wrong. But I'm gonna be going for the Happy Campers. I want to see them take a win today. Anyway, that's it for our halftime analysis. We'll be back real soon here for Game 3. Don't go anywhere. The EU split coming soon. Hey guys, what's going on? Back with the EU split here at Survival Sunday. I'm Seal, as always, joined by Charity on the couch, and Mustache Dave and Aaron right now, actually. How's it going up there?
The ATC, live from the ATC. Remember, I said game number 1, we had a couple people drop military. I was out here looking through my window like, oh my goodness, there is going to be blood. And then, of course, the circle landed on me a couple times, so I was just up here having a good old time.
Yeah, just blue tanking.
Blue tanking. Yeah, I'm in the tower, so I got it all. I got everything I need here, so I'm fine.
All right, well, we just had our NA teams duke it out. The leaderboards are currently visible in the top left and top right. No One, Excellence, and Turtle Squad, the top 3 teams be contending with. After their 22-kill victory, Team No One a little bit hard to contest right now. But besides that, I would say top 8 very much so within the grasp of our teams right now, and especially with Moonwolf in particular, a team that we always talk about because they're so damn good. They're going to EU. And they're an EU team, EU servers for them, so they should just be able to play better. So, some games have it so that like high ping is worse, high ping is better. But in PUBG, it's worse for both people if someone has high ping. But in general, the person who has lower ping will generally just play better.
So now that we're going back to Erangel, I know we talked about our fantasy circles, our finishes last game for Miramar. What are you thinking, Mustache? What's your fantasy finish for Erangel?
Well, without like, I'm not even trolling here. I'm not even trolling. I love Zarky, but I've only seen it go there in war mode and maybe twice in my whole entire casting career here over the past year. So I'm gonna be a little more realistic and go with Georgia Pool. I love it when the circle is kind of on both the north and the south. And then you got that bridge right in the middle. I've seen that about 4 times. And it is entertaining.
I'm going to echo your thoughts on Zarky. The coolest ending that I saw, like, in a very long time wasn't Zarky. It was even because it was a meme. It was teams reacting to it.
It's cool.
Really, really intelligently, and a lot of really cool plays as well. Like at some point, there was really weird. Like, there was a 4th circle, and a team just rolled up to the middle of like a couple of like small little foothills, crashed it, killed the team that was there, and then held it until like the end game and got like 3rd place off of it. You can do a lot of really cool stuff there. It's almost like a mini Miramar in a lot of different ways. It's like Miramar, but the hills are tiny. It's kind of adorable.
Tiny hills.
But like you were saying, it's not really realistic. I like that west side near the swamp a lot. A lot of cool cover, a lot of good cover, and generally you're not just gonna die for showing up late.
And here we are in the map. So just to really quick throw it out there, I'm with Seal. I want to see a swamp ending. I love that. Absolutely so much fun to watch. Fun to play as a player as well.
Yeah.
But with that being said, look at this circle, or the plane, better yet, plane path. More or less splitting it right down the middle.
Kind of like we had game 1, but this time Georgia Pool in easily. Milta is in as well, so Moonwolf probably won't be losing a player early on due to routing. So they should be able to have a pretty easy time there. Yasnaya is going to be a hard place to get to, but Yasnaya definitely smaller than Georgie, so teams that can't get there should be able to easily scavenge, or at least drive there late if they want to.
So Defiant Canuck is saying he had to drive his wife to work, so he went ham on that one play. It was not a team strategy. He just had to go.
All right.
So
he's
we'll
not
get
in
it
this
to
game.
him. We'll believe
All
it.
right, I can dig a Canuck.
Oh man, my goodness. I'm gonna have to change my picks over here. So actually, Seal, with this plane though, we might have our wish come true. Maybe.
No team in North George. That is so surprising. Surely they had to see that no one dropped out and went north. I mean, the team that went to Zarky, but they dropped out immediately. That is so surprising to see on this plane. No team in South George either. George Pool is completely
free. Doesn't go there. Reproxy doesn't go. What are these guys doing? And it seemed going to Zarky instead. What is going on?
I've never seen this in comp ever. South George is such a dominant position. North George crates. That's always taken. So multiple teams will go North George sometimes, and so to see no one
you can
in
fit
George
3
Pool,
teams in there easily.
Yeah, 100%. And then they'll all get looted up and be fine. So it's mind blowing. I can't believe no one went there. And then look at Milta.
Oh no,
Moonwolf is in trouble.
Round 2, Moonwolf not going to get that loot for free here.
It's the same team contesting them as well. I think it was Evasion that got the early kill onto like Educause it was, and that wasn't a fluke. They're trying to kick Moonwolf out of Milta in EU, I think.
They're stubborn though. I mean, they had the opportunity to possibly pull off knowing, but maybe they're just waiting for the very last moment. But actually, it's only 2 teams now. It's only Moonwolf and Berserker Esports game. Oh, Seal!
Oh my god!
Zarky, George Pool. Rigged.
Let's get it.
Scripted.
Let's get it.
We have our chances. Our chances are still there.
Okay, it would take like 3 different 30%, because it has to hard shift north 3 times essentially for it to go for Zarky. But it could happen. Yeah. It's possible.
We've got the early fight down in Novo. 2 members of Team 22 going down, while 1 of Team 10. But the Team 10 is going to be able to get their res off on their down player.
Oh yeah, but 22, that's going to be Terror Squad. I think that they're mostly terrified themselves, having 2 down players, and one of them completely unobtainable, and the remaining players out of position and low on gear. Meanwhile, Hayes and Levent both on rooftop positions. Super easy overwatch. Earl, he's dead. He's dead. And if you go for him, you're dead too. So Sleazy, we can see that he wants to go for it. He's trying to chilling in the area, but it's literally impossible. They're going to need to leave their friend behind and go on as 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many early fights erupting here in game number 3. Team 22, the Terror Squad. We really haven't seen much from them here throughout the evening. I mean, I want to see them pop off, but it's not looking like that. They're, I believe, last remaining member now. Really low. Not even being hunted down.
He's going to be backing off, but I saw in the kill feed that Moonwolf versus Berserker was actually popping off pretty hot in Milta. 2 players from that team down now, I believe. Moonwolf should be able to have a pretty good grasp on that now at this point. Looking around, Pachinki as well having 2 teams in it. Georgepol only having 1 there. Moonwolf finding another kill into Evasion. I think there's only 1 player left from this team now. Yeah, I think it's just Mac.
That's going to teach people to hot drop Moonwolf. I mean, like we said, they're either going to come into Milta and be contested again or not. And right here is definitely going to have these teams second guessing. But the job is not done yet. O'Connell taken down and out in action here. And they get him back up in time is the question.
We saw them going for the res.
We're kind of seeing an opposite of game 1, where Team 15 was able to take down 3 members of Moonwolf, and now it's just Mac up. He needs to get... Oh, I spoke too soon. So Moonwolf has gotten revenge and kept all 4 alive doing it.
Yeah, that wasn't... in a funny way as well, Washout was able to get 6th place that game. So it's like they got revenge, but it wasn't even revenge like you gave us a bad placement. It was revenge as in you made me mad. And that's all it took for them to get revenge and then kick him out of Milta. That's it. That's the first team wipe there. 20th place within the first 4 minutes of the game.
That's got to be rough. And Moonwolf is not a team you want to make mad.
It really isn't.
But speaking of Moonwolf, though, they did win Milta, but like we mentioned, that first circle so far away.
Yeah.
We're going to have quite the transition as we have around 7 to 8 teams all in the East right now. And look who they're going to have to... They have some options, but not many, because we got team number 8 right there, center strap pretty much on the edge. Not center strap, but on the edge in Rozhawk. That is Turtle Squad. They might opt to stay there, kind of gatekeep. And that's one of the main roads to get to this new circle. They could travel through Yasnaya, but I'm going to assume the Happy Campers are going to take that main road as well. So if you're in the East, where do you go to safely rotate in? I mean, do you guys have any...
teams will actually wait. They will say north, but they'll actually wait at various points in the circle. In fact, Moonwolf specifically will wait until like the 2nd circle. They don't care if they're blue tanking because they have a decent chunk of loot from looting the entirety of Milta. It's not amazing, but it's enough for them to not simply die from it. So as long as these teams have different rotation timings, then it should be relatively easy for a lot of them to avoid a lot of conflict. The question is that will that occur? In Milta Power, there's a pretty awkward spot here. Darkic, I don't know what he has, but there's a team rotating right in front of him. He does have a Scar and an AK, so enough to do some damage here. Peeking in from behind the UAZ. Ambush potential here. They're stopping for this UAZ. They stop right in front of him. Darkic Gates takes one down, but Utah's is there for the trade. And look at the minimap. Even Gardas coming in from behind. They wanted the UAZ. They got a little bit more than they could chew, But at that point, Darkick, he was able to get taken down. His teammates nowhere nearby. Otzi in Lumberyard, Defiant Canuck outside prison. So just going for the UAZ at just the wrong time. Got him killed.
So mistakes are definitely being made here in game number 3 of the evening. But regardless, we still have 19 teams alive. So, I mean, we're just getting started here. We're going to see the circle start closing in here very shortly, I believe. I mean, it's kind of quiet. I mean, we've seen that one squad wipe. We've seen a couple kills here and there randomly. But up until this point, it's been
Ozzy's getting
quiet.
revenge.
Oh, there we go.
Look at this. He came down from Lumberyard, but this 3x M4 is trying to get revenge for his players. He does get one down, not able to confirm it, and because they have 3 UAZs, he is not going to be able to confirm that res. The call for being built around that player just in the nick of time, and Otzi very intelligently realizing that, saying, all right, I can't ruin their day, I can't kill any players, backing off. I would have liked to see him, I think, take some wheels out from those UAZs, but at the very least just saying, hey, I'm mad. And then walking away. You can't really blame him for that at all.
Yeah, he definitely should have taken out the UAZ tires. That would have hurt that team so much. Even if he would have gotten 1 UAZ out of it, it just makes the world of a difference if you're able to destroy vehicles.
But Chinky, during this entire time, hasn't actually popped off at all at this time.
No.
Looks like, though, it's like a little split between Squad 12 Youth Crew and Squad 16 3 Elite Crew. Or 3 Elite PUBG, excuse me. So I think at this point, I would be very surprised to see a fight break out here.
3 Elite. I didn't know that. I like it. I mean, when do you seal? I mean, you seem to always be on top of your names that are numbers game. I just can't see it. I see 3-1-3-3-7.
Well, 1-3-3-7 is elite.
Though.
That's
okay.
elite speak. That's where it came from. But I don't know what the 3 is.
Man.
It's like, oh, it's elite.
Oh.
Hey,
wow.
There you go. See, I told you, Seal's got this.
You're right.
The messages.
That's impressive. I would have never went with that. I would have just been calling him 3 Elite the entire time. Elite, I like it.
It's not even spelled right. It's like elite. Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, it's in numbers, so.
It's not even spelled right. It's spelled right. Yeah.
But I get it. I see the way. Thanks, Seal.
Yeah, we all got there together. I wouldn't have gotten there without you guys. A little more shots for Grant here as the teams return on the far east side. Waldo and Ramsey actually able to take down Galderoth out of his car. So Squad 14 gonna be friendly fire, gonna be losing one of those players, and they're pretty decently high up on the leaderboard last time I checked. So losing players on a rotate this early is gonna hurt their odds a whole lot going into the mid game with only 3 up.
You can see Team 18, the team in first place right now, holding an amazing position in the top hill by South George. They're going to basically, like game 1, holding that top hill. They're going to be able to see everything around. They're going to know exactly what compounds are taken, where they can rotate to or can't. And it looks like they're opting to move in early.
Rip sticking to that crate that we just saw, or at least. No, he didn't see it. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, he drove right next to the crate. I saw him gunning directly for it, but I guess he was just chilling. I don't know. Maybe he assumed someone was in Georgie and got it already, but either way, that will be the team crashing into Georgie. So north side of the zone, not bad there. But as you were saying, Watertown getting a little bit hot there. Squad 13 taking the better spot, I would say. And GoBank middle squad scouting out, realizing they can't go there. Will be just getting right out of dodge. Going to be going on elsewhere into the zone. You need to be careful though, because look at the mini-map. Cloudtail, a teammate of GoBank, did get left behind in this area. I'm not sure if he has a car, but if he doesn't, that's a pretty rough sneak through Watertown for him.
Yeah, looks like they might be safe though. I mean, there's a lot of cover, a lot of buildings, and just obstacles in between team number 13 and Cloudtail. Yeah, Cloudtail's actually going to haul it. Oh no, they might get ran over by Defiant. Defiant definitely spying out. In the water. Clutch moment from Cloudtail. Defiant going to be cruising on by. But look where Defiant's cruising. He's cruising into the Happy Campers. He might get lit up and exploded. And
that's a pretty good camping spot as well for THC here. So they're going to be feeling very happy that they're just getting fed. But Crow in his car, not positioned. Canuck as well able to sneak on by. The buggy, though. Oh, there it is. No need to get D-wheeled. They just shoot Canuck right on out of there. And that's 2 players now. The boys on Rare Excellence have lost in a pretty early rotation. That being said, though, we've seen the most success from Rare Excellence just doing sneaky snake strats. So losing too early on just pretty much means that, all right, rest of the boys, do what you do, be a sneaky snake, and see if you can secure a nice 4th place or so.
Yeah, and they're doing fine. Yeah, they're doing fine. Up. Oh, George Pool. Hey.
So no Zarky ending, unfortunately.
Yawn. Looking at this, though. Team No One inside the Hospital Hill, able to get it down inside Hospital on Reproxy, I believe that is. The question is, will they go for a push? Their ego's pretty big. That's what this team's pretty much known for, and they are actually doing that. They don't even, I'm not sure if they know how many people are in here, but they don't care. They want to get as many kills as they can, secure their position on the leaderboard, and by doing that, they're leaving the hilltop, pushing into this 2-man. I've never actually seen a fight inside Hospital in a comp setting.
Oh, it's exciting. We're about to see it. Landoon, I believe he might even be the lobby's top fragger here. After game number 2, he's going to be making this push.
Oh,
no! Oh, man, that was exciting.
And now look at this, 3 rifles all trained down the hallway. Reproxy gets 1 down. The flank from behind hasn't happened quite yet. The frag coming out. Might be at the flank from the fire, though, but from behind, Jenny able to get 1 player down. So Team No One missing 2. The ones that are up are very low HP as well. But despite that, no push coming out from Becky here, who's just holding the far side of the apartment. And the longer he waits here, the more dangerous it gets. This is very susceptible to frags. That being said, he has his own, might be trying to get his own done, but I don't see anyone in range of that explosion. Yeah, Chino holding the far side, Richie getting the res on the stairwell during this time. Becky, a bit of an overpeak there, but does not go down during that time. And at this time, Team No One gets one of their players up. They should all be able to heal as well. With Becky just jumping in the corner, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be accepting their role as a sneaky camper here. But look at this. Teammates coming in from the north and northeast. They might show up in time to actually get some backup there. But also Squad 7, the guys on Redmond, hearing Hospital fight and shooting Team No One as they go onto the rooftop. So it's getting a little bit dicey for Team No One.
Yeah, their teammates are definitely coming to support, but losing 1. I think there's still 2 on the outsides from Team SBS here. Gonna be breaking into the hospital as well. Ooh, actually, it looks like they might be pulling off. I don't know. I mean, I can't even tell by their posturing here if they want to go for this fight or not. We are only in phase number 2. And regardless, all this action is definitely pulling the attention from team number 7. Yeah, see, across the way, you're going to start third-partying this, and they have
they
pretty clear
received some
sightlines.
fire from there before. They should have known that this was going to be a threat, but I guess didn't respect it. Look, oh my God, a second down. Znark and Landoon going down here at this point. That's going to be everyone forced to go through the reses here. And Landoon, he's already been down twice. He's chunking pretty hard. Luckily for them, SBS is not really looking at the kill feed at this point. They don't know who exactly was down. Also, I suspect they would be pushing into this. But they have controlled the north side of Hospital, and what should have been a quick, easy push for Team No One just to clean up south of Hospital has turned into them getting third-partied significantly. This is going to be a hard location to leave at this point.
And they've got Team 17 right above them pushing down, so I guess they might have seen the kill feed, and they're coming back for revenge on their final player. Oh, they see him!
Did he?
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Oh.
I don't think he did. Team 18's lucking out here. They're going to have to back off, heal, and regroup if they're wanting to take this fight.
All right. Oh, one player going up the staircase. Doesn't spot him out. Znark getting a couple of and backing off now. Team No One hasn't really healed up, but Landon going for the flank from the back. Becky covers it, gets that down, and now there's no one from Team No One to actually help their downed player cross the hospital. That being said, Pasta as well down. It's still 2v3 in favor of Team No One. And Richie on the roof getting a couple of intel, but Becky, some great shots taking them down. And once again, the third party coming to play, almost taking down Richie as he goes inside, but does take down Sheena. It's just Snark there on the second floor, I believe. Not at all in position to take his teammates back up. And out of meds as well. Team No One might be in for a very early exit here in Game 3.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. I mean, they can kind of play this one out. Zark going to be making the push because he is in the circle. Oh, Zark coming in clutch. The last member alive right now. 0 kills. There goes 1. Any grenades? I mean, they can ricochet something and might be able to play Fletcher. I mean, what is this, a 1v1 right now?
I think it's a 1v1. Yeah, he was able to find a first aid kit, so both teams, both players at a 75% HP. Frag being prime, forcing his arc back. He's going to be going back into that room beyond. And I'm wondering at this point, neither of these players are forced to take this fight, I think. Dragon could just like fall back from the rooftop to the sky bridge and back off. But I feel like at this point,
there's no reason
they're out for blood.
I mean,
yeah, you've murdered both each other. You want to finish the job.
Honestly, I would just camp it out. You're in the circle. I mean, count your losses. There goes the smoke. So they might try to make a move, but don't forget, Team 7, Redman, they're watching this the whole entire time. So, and now you got another team to the north, the Golden Boys. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. What you want to do at this point, in my opinion, is just go for placements and kind of put your differences aside.
I agree. That's the right play to make, but will they?
Probably not.
Again, if you're Team 17, I'm not entirely sure where they're at on the leaderboards, but they know they're fighting the first place team right now. If they're able to wipe them out in 16th place, that is their chance to make a comeback. And if, then they're able to maybe secure a top 5, and now they're looking like they're back in it.
It's true. It'll be really hard to actually secure like a comeback at that point, but at the very least, that's a significant impact they'll have on the game.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point you made, Charity. Moonwolf down there in the south side. Gatka looks like they're trying to get safe and secure. O'Connell, didn't he go down already? So if they go down again, they're going to start bleeding out quite a lot. 0 kills. Looks like O'Connell just trying to survive this game currently with no helmet
That's
now.
Rough.
Yeah, they're having a rough game, and we're only in phase 3, about a minute to go. I mean, the possibilities are endless here.
The terrain around them is pretty much all taken up as well. Eastspire, they hold that radio tower. That's a really good spot in the northeast as well. Squad 12 holding, youth crew rather, holding that compound down the road. There are very few rotation options for Moonwolf besides like maybe like wrapping around the low ground or something. But there's Turtle Squad even further east around that way. This is a really bad spot for Moonwolf. Oh my god, on the southwest in the blue, it looks like Ramsey, the last one up here from Enter Uprise, as they just barely finished off Fable Esports. Really, really good push from them. They might not be able to get players up though.
This is risky. I mean, the blue.
I don't think the blue's hurting enough. They're going to be able to bandage out of it or first aid even and make it. I think they're going to get all 4 of their players up and make it out, which is very lucky for them.
Those cliffs, they have to scale back up those cliffs, right? I mean, are those the easiest ones to get up? That's my only concern, Jared.
It's really hard. It'll be really hard for them either way, and especially with the zone shifting really far away from them. This is an Everest zone. Oh my god, yeah, look at that. Look at the kill feed. Mystery and Waldo going down. This might just be them all dying, sadly.
Yeah, I don't really know the terrain there to get back up, but yeah, we have a team currently on the mountain. Oh, is this the fight? It happened. Zark still in it to win it.
And you got to feel bad if you're Team No One, because they were originally in Team 5's position. They had top of the hill. I even mentioned it, and that they had such a dominant position there, and they opted to go for a hospital fight.
Ego.
And yeah, they let the ego get to them, and it cost them big time.
All right, well, here, look at this. A lot of teams rotating toward Everest. Naka Farm leading the way, but Pippin Prime of Eastspire also on there as well. So 2 different teams going for that one. Diablo left behind here, but while that's going on, 2 different teams dismounting in front of him. Definitely Rona and the rest of the boys from Squad 7 taking this particular side of Everest. Right above them, though, Eastspire able to get up a little bit higher, so height advantage going for the remnants of Eastspire, but only Rogar and JP Cloud are able to get up there. So they're going to be alone as they try to hold the top of this hill. But while that's going on, a lot of other teams shooting here from the side, assisting them during that push.
I don't want to cast a curse it, but hard shifts don't exist. Team number 5, smack in the middle on top of the mountain. That was Seal's pick. He opted not to pick on this game, so we know what that means. They might just win it all, Seal.
I don't want to say I don't want them to, because I do like them a lot, but I don't want to be wrong either. So I'm just going to ignore that.
They're in a good spot, though. They're in a good spot right now. They can just avoid getting knocked and just pretty much let the teams on the lower end of the mountain kill each other off as they scale on up.
Well, here's the thing, right? The zone really likes roads, so I'd be very surprised if the zone ends up on Everest. I feel like it's going to shift south from here. And if you're on top of that mountain, that means it's going to be very hard to actually leave that mountain if there's a solid position below. But oh my god, talking about solid positions, Moonwolf are trying to push into one right now against the guys on Youth Crew. They've done a good job so far, at least Washout has, but he's died for it, and so is O'Connell on that little two-man flank to the far north side. Snake and Edukaz now backing in from the west side, trying to see if they can get these reses or maybe finish the push. Not sure what to do quite yet. Spotting Buyukai really wants that kill. He's frustrated and finally gets it. Oh, there you go. Snake just with a couple of nice jumps. Look at the kill feed though. O'Connell does bleed out. So at this point, Moonwolf, they don't have any reason to wrap north. The question is do they avoid the fight to survive or do they keep going for it? Is it 2v2 at this point? This frag might get something done. Oh my god, that got both of them! Moonwolf with the frags all day today.
Yeah, they're amazing with their grenade abilities. But the fight is not over yet. Team number 4 are also pushing onto that compound. So, I mean, you get a good frag like that, but you can't let your guards down. You definitely cannot.
Absolutely. Moonwolf has only with 2, but look at that kill feed there. Espire winning that fight hands down versus Squad 7, the guys on Red Main, cleaning up the hill. But look at that little mini-map. Blown apart and Jimmer heard that, as well as Zanark to the northwest side. Team knowing the remnants of it, taking down and finishing off JP Cloud. And now it's just Brogar. I'm not sure how this happened, but it's just him as he has to loot this like literally 8 bodies on this hillside, so he can walk away with whatever he wants. But now he needs to survive, and with the northeast hardships slowly pressing on this mountain, this could be really bad for Brogar.
He needs to find a rock and hug it and not move. If he keeps pushing up to the top of this hill, Team 5 is going to hear him and turn on him. He's not making the right decision, in my opinion. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. It's a little
nice and comfy right there.
Nice and comfy. All right, the north side though. I'm wondering where the zone is gonna go. And oh my god, I'm eating my words as they come out.
Yeah, the road's still
not gonna go south at all.
It could still go south. They could tug that road. It's got to be a hard shift, which we know don't exist. So
yeah, they don't exist. So I don't know, but the road definitely still in play here. Let's see if team number 9 right now, the Happy Campers, they're on the foothills over here. They got about only 2, maybe 4 people out there that they might be able to keep out from getting on into the zone. Yeah, there goes Requiem taken down and out. So if it does go towards Seal's prediction, Turtle Squad, they're looking mighty good down there on the
looking all right, but this fight, if it happens, is pretty big. I would say if it doesn't go south, then hardships don't exist, and the Happy Campers are by far the 2 teams with the best positions. And with Dash being so far here on the east flank, as well as other players behind him actually peeking for this, this might be a full-on engagement if one of these 2 teams gets it down. Gotta wait for it. It's pretty hard because these guys, both of these are 2 pretty good teams in this particular lobby, so they know how to peek. They know how to generally not die. So as long as they don't get third party, and as long as they keep peeking in the way they are, an engagement's gonna be pretty long in the coming. I feel it's gonna be pretty surprised if one actually happens here.
Just stay still.
I think they're
so
just looking at your head. Yeah, I think they're just trying to look and take helmets now and use up some meds.
Yeah.
Because if they get the knock, I'm not sure they're going to be able to fully hard engage and push on it. It's too far split, too hard of terrain to come over, and so I think they're really just trying to take heads at the moment. And speaking of that, Soapy goes down to Mr. Blown Apart. But yeah, they're not going to be able to push on it or finish. THC's going to be able to get the res. Dash looks like he might be trying to get up.
He wants it.
That's a nice headshot.
That was.
I mean, let's see if Dash can get another one. I don't know. I mean, what they're doing right now, they're just making sure that these other teams don't push them, right? They're making sure that their position is aware, not to push it because you will lose your helmet. And, of course, there's no free helmets up here. If you're going to get a new helmet, you have to take it for yourself.
Yeah, that's a really good point. All around the edge of the zone, though, pretty much everyone knows the top of the hill is really, really hot, so everyone else that isn't there already are just kind of fighting for real estate around it, or at least trying to sneak in around it if you're one of these solo players like Snark. There's still a couple of other relatively large squads, though, and Squad 14 is one of them, the boys on Friendly Fire on the northwest side there. Could be a pretty big upset there. And speaking of upsets, Moonwolf going down to Ramsey here for the solo players. Snake almost taking him down, slit over peak there. I saw a frag getting ready, but it's not even going to come into play. Jimmy with a third party from somewhere. I don't even know so far, but Snakia, he's clear on the south side. He's safe for now. But the question is will the zone continue to allow him to be safe?
Steal.
No. Wow.
Happy Campers. Your team that you chose to look the other way, looking mighty good. Game number 3. Can they remain on top of the mountain, dominant with their new position?
Well, Dave, technically I went from hardships to happy campers, and those two teams are in the best spots in the zone right now. So I'll take that success rate.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're doing good, but maybe the happy campers are just trying to prove something, prove you wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh, Dash getting very close. This feels a little weird because, okay, so the rest of Hardships is fighting south and gatekeeping, but Dash seems to be pushing east. As I say that, Crow also getting his helmet blown. That's 2 times that the Happy Campers have lost these peeking battles. That's really, really rough for them. Though shooting the far south side, trying to make some sort of beachhead for his team, detonating the UAZ barely inside the zone. His teams also have cars as well. This could be pretty big if they can use these UAZs and vehicles to protect them from above. But first, they gotta clear their back, and they're doing just that. Taking down Hasdi on the far southeast side. Cloudtail with the flank as well, almost taking down Levant. Lush there with the follow-up. That is Turtle Squad cleaning up the southeast side. So these flights outside Everest also pretty important. But as this goes on, and as the game gets later and later, the Happy Campers and Hardships Don't Exist are getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah. Charity, I know you like the Happy Campers, but do you think they can scale up?
I'm partial. So now I think it really does come down to if they get a knock, they're close enough, they're able to push. So in this situation, you really can't go down. Whichever team is able to get that first knock, you're going to see the other players start to wrap around and play a lot more aggressive on it.
But the thing with that is that they've lost a lot of helmets, which means that AR rounds, not even bolt actions, AR rounds can down them with one shot. That's super dangerous.
And at this point, I think the Happy Campers just need to hold their position. They're able to get in the circle and hold it. That rock right there would be perfect. And maybe this Team 14 will push up, and I mean Team 14, 21, 20.
Oh my God.
Will push up and third party Team 5. Because I think if the Happy Campers see that there's another team on the other side that is giving Team 5 trouble, that's when they need to push. Or if they are able to get a knock.
H-Bomb in chat saying, snake it till you make it. And if you're not THC or Hardships Don't Exist, then that is exactly the strat that they're going for. They do not want to take these fights. And honestly, looking at this hillside, 18 people alive on Everest, I am so glad I'm not in this game. Every nook, every cranny is just crammed with players. The only team that isn't up there right now is Turtle Squad. They win the game if the circle hard shifts south.
We'll
5
see.
seconds,
We're going to find out. Yeah, we're going to find out in 5 seconds. Will it favor the Turtle Squad or continue centering on the very peak? There you go. Wow. What a game number 3. We talked about fantasy ending circles. This has to be someone in the chat's fantasy ending circle.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I personally hate fighting in this. It's super hard. I do not envy the positions of these teams. Specifically, THC are now forced into an engagement versus Hardships Don't Exist. They need to just kill them and find their way in. They're hoping that they'll get third party. They're hoping that one of these guys will shoot them in the back. But right now, they're too busy snaking to even take an engagement. Uh-oh. So, oh my God. Sobi somehow not getting his head blown off there. Blown apart. He's been sniping well all game. He needs to do it a little bit more so they can maintain their spot on the east side of the zone. If they can do that, then they might win this whole game.
THC needs to pray that Team 14 ends up pushing in and helping them out.
Moving.
Turtle Squad too. Turtle Squad also pushing in from the south. So, looking at that dominant position from Hardships Don't Exist, they are going to be pushed from 3 different sides right now. So Delicious going to be taken down.
That's really big.
Huge. Oh, 2 people down.
Mr. Blown apart.
They're in trouble big time.
And look at this. Soapy and Crow are actually making their way in. Fragging, trying to confirm these downs. A lot of frags on the way, and don't kill yours. Oh my God, there's so many explosives and utility going in.
How'd they not get him?
Oh
my gosh, just barely over the ridge.
They're actually able to get the res off as well. No time to heal, just start shooting, and all of a sudden, TC in a hugely rough spot. But the flank on the left from Crow, and so he finishes them off. but it is not without losses. And look at this. The Turtle Squad is already in position to see if they can capitalize on this. Being really sneaky at this point, though, waiting to get a free kill. Sees one, flubs the spray from Cloudtail, though, and does not push in off of that. His teammates aren't in position either. Look, this is very awkward to fight, and you can't easily push in once you flub a spray like that. If TNT can back off a little and heal, they could be in a good spot, but Turtle Squad is a little bit too close to the kill feed there. Look at that. Gobang taking out Alex. Look, Lush right next to Sophie, but just can't quite see him, and there it is. Tries to fall back, gets shot in the back. THC knocked out in 4th place.
This is truly king of the hill right now. I mean, one team after another, they're just passing the flag on who is dominant on the very peak of this mountain. And it looks right now, Turtle Squad trying to take that title for themselves, but Friendly Fire also down there. Here comes the next circle. So it's is this a 3v3v1, I believe?
I think it's a 3v4v1.
Yeah.
We still have 4 members.
4 up.
Oh, 4. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, they're going to be pushing now, getting that last bit of loot, replenishing maybe their helmets or whatnot, their grenades. See what's going to happen here.
Something important to note here. Moonwolf, this is 2 games in a row they've had to have solo players get them late game placements, and I feel like this is something they aren't normally that good at. They usually pull the trigger a little bit too early, but the fact that they have like really rough mid or early games and are still able to have players alive to go into the late game, they're improving a lot, man. And even though we're not seeing them come up huge in the kill feed, sneaking in, not an easy skill either.
And you see Team 14's passive plays paying off here. They're able to keep 3 people alive. I don't even know if Turtle Squad knows they're there. I don't think Team 14's taken a shot. And so,
I mean, it's paying off a little bit, but I'm looking at this place tactically. I don't know how Squad 14 takes this engagement. Like, the position is just so much better for Turtle Squad. And yeah, they've been alive. They've kept 3 alive up until the late game here. But Turtle Squad earned the best spot in the zone, and I just don't know how you fight against this.
We'll see how they do it. I mean, they do have Commander kind of down there on the northern flank, I guess you could say. So, say 2 of the members from Team 14, White and Zodak, get spotted first. I mean, he's down there, but he might be able to wrap around. And
big
potentially, big flank potential. And maybe even the last member from Moonwolf can pop up as well. So there's definitely possibilities, but this is 100% Turtle Squad's game to either win or lose right now.
All right, there we have the zone shrinking. Turtle Squad pretty much in dead center, so they are benefited by this, forcing everyone else to make their move. US is taking some shots, so Turtle Squad, I think know that he's here right now. I see Gobang priming a frag, might be able to take him down. Flows on right on past him. One to the left. Oh my God, air bursting right in front of him. Ears are ringing, just shaken, stirred, but not going to be out quite yet. His teammates trying to help with some frags, but nowhere near on point, detonating way below that hill. Squad 14, they need to push up to these rocks, but they don't know that Turtle Squad aren't really covering that the west side yet, excuse me. There's some potential here for Zodiac and White Liquor to get something big done.
Let's see, how many more seconds do we have? About 15 to go, then the circle is going to start closing in. Cloudtail right on that marker. Smack in the center. There goes Lush. Gotta be taking down Commander.
That's pretty much it. I feel like now they can focus on Zodiac as soon as they shoot. And yeah, they know exactly what these players are. They just gotta watch that one rock. Easy peeking battle, like a 3v1 for every peek against Zodiac. That's almost unwinnable. Taking him down. Moonwolf goes down during the fight as well. There's only White Liquor up left, and there it is. Turtle Squad winning their 2nd game here in the FirstBlood Survival Sunday series.
11 kills.
There's that even kill spread across all the teams. Everyone in the top 11 so far have kills. And so it's, I think that's a lot more common for Wrangle, and it's just everybody's getting some kills as opposed to Miramar, where you see maybe 1 to 4 teams be the real dominant factors of the game.
I feel like that's really due to the zones that we have now. Because before, we'd have zones that were essentially like completely random. They'd just go wherever it went, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it'd be like god spots or compounds that just players would be in. That is not at all the case anymore. Where like its focus is near roads and near locations that aren't really that strong. Even Everest, like yeah, it's a strong spot, but you can fit 3 teams in there. There isn't one team that just gets to have Everest and everyone else just says, oh, I can't go up there. You can easily fit one team in on the far east, the far west, and the central side, and that's what we saw happening in that game with actually 4 or 5 teams on the far west side and a couple of times there. So the fact that the zones work the way they do are forcing a lot of fights in the mid game on foot, not on like transitioning vehicles a lot of the time, which means that there's just a lot more engagements, means that there's a wider kill spread, and that allows for these games to be honestly as close as they are.
Some really good points there.
The best points.
The best.
Oh
points.
yeah, that's me.
The best
Little
points.
Fuzzy Seal bringing the best points in PUBG since 1996.
1996. You heard it here first. But let's see. Let's go. Are we gonna go to the couch? I want to see how you guys are looking right now. I want to see what's happening because we only have one more game left. I know last weekend Charity he was pounding those beers. He was pounding those beers.
I see 2 over there right now.
So get him some help. But Turtle Squad, 11 kills, first place. Friendly Fire, second place, 6 kills. Moonwolf, third place, 8 kills. I don't know. I mean, Charity, Seal, I'm not giving up on Moonwolf. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
That's a hard game. In game 4, like 2
on
wins.
Miramar too.
I think that the only time we've had a team who got 2 wins not win in a Survival Sunday, which was EG, was when the team that won also got 2 wins.
Interesting. A 2-2 split on that. I don't think I've ever seen that. I think it's still open in anyone's game. I would not give up on Moonwolf just yet.
I'm giving up.
What about Terror
Giving up on them? Okay. As I'd say, if they come back, so let's say Turtle Squad does bad this next game and takes an 18th and doesn't get any points, and Moonwolf or one of the teams in the top 8, top 7, here's the scores.
Here we go.
So yeah, only 155 points, 154 point difference between first and 10th. You can get that in one game. So let's say Turtle Squad does bad this next game, gets 0 points. The team in 10th place does really good, or even 11th place does, well, 11th place is, that's going to be tough. But 10th place does really good. I think they could come back.
It's hard, but something that we haven't discussed at all yet. Rare Excellence, a team that has snuck their way into 3rd place, I believe. I feel like it would be pretty nutty to just like not talk about a team that's that high up on the leaderboard. So, but I feel like they haven't really like who are they? I haven't.
That's like Utsi and Highfix, right? Yeah, Utsi and Highfix, Team 21.
Yeah, Team 21. You're right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. So they've.
Those are the guys I was just like, what are you doing earlier?
Yeah. What are you doing with that one play? Just sending them out there. I mean, although they're having rough nights as a squad, they're just able to continue racking up those placement points, right? And that's the name of the game, right? How long can you survive? And first place is 100 points, second place is 80, third place is 70. So regardless of how many kills you have, I mean, I don't think Rare Excellence has been popping off here tonight. Kind of like you said, Seal, we just haven't really noticed them. But their ability to just continue racking up those points. And Moonwolf is kind of doing the similar thing as well, going for those placement points because they know where the points are at.
Yeah, looking around the majority of the scoreboard as well, I think that if what we talk about happened and Turtle Squad end up having a really, really bad game, then all of a sudden that opens up, I would say, the top 6, I would say, to a possible first place finish. That's Friendly Fire, Happy Camper, Moonwolf, Excellence, and No One. I feel like if they have a really bad game, then that is what will let the rest of these guys pop in. The thing is with that, though, is that Team No One, it's an amalgamation of T1 and T2 players that just play together in Survival Sunday. They don't have set drops. They're not like, I guess you could say, a legit team. You can't snipe them. You can snipe Moonwolf. You can snipe Turtle Squad. You can snipe THC. You cannot snipe a team that doesn't have a set drop. So in some ways, that idea that there's just this team of an amalgamation is that Team No One, they're not gonna be able to get sniped. That's gonna be pretty much mean that Turtle Squad, the first place team, if anyone's getting sniped, it's them.
I'd agree with that. And I think that maybe teams will go back and watch the replays for Miramar and see, hey, Turtle Squad dropped here first game of Miramar. Let's go see if they drop here again and try and interrupt that. And I think we'll see that more from the teams that aren't in the top 6, like you said, that are really going to have to go hard to be able to win it. I think maybe, just maybe, we'll see Turtle Squad get contested. But I don't know any teams that have hard set drops where every other team knows where they're going to drop on Miramar. You see it a lot more on Erangel, but teams don't have it as much on Miramar, at least not as well known. And
it's
so
it's just Moonwolf that I know about. Like everyone else has like really spread out drops.
And so I don't know.
I mean, it depends on the plane too, right? I mean,
That's
for the
true.
most
Yeah,
part,
very
for
true.
most of the teams, I mean, it depends on the plane. So, all right, this is our last round. We've been talking about it all night long. Our desired end circle. Are we ever going to get it right? Are we ever going to guess the ending circle? I think we have a couple moments here. Let's talk about it one more time. Miramar, are you guys sticking with your same end? Oh, are you trying to pick my nose? Are you sticking with where?
Ooh. I love the mines. I love watching it. I hate being in it, but I love watching it. It's especially really cool when it goes mines and then it shifts away from mines because it's a horrible place to be in. Teams feel like they have to push into it, and then when they get there, they're just fighting for the rest of the game for just sheer survival. And then there's like 1 or 2 teams that are outside of mines. They're just like with their binoculars saying like, "Man, that really sucks, doesn't it? I'm over here just chilling in my little shack, sipping on some margaritas." It's really funny when it happens because, like I keep saying, the zone ends near roads, and the mines are not roads. There's a road that cuts through the south side of mines. So if there's a couple of teams that are in that area, then they can sit there for a while. But if you're not in that area, like if you're deeper in the mines, like in that like the north area in the foothills, and then the zone shrinks away from you, then I gotta say it was probably just gonna happen. And it's just really fun to see so many teams just crunched into such a short proximity with each other.
Although I would like to see a crater ending, I'm predicting an open field southwest of Picado, just right southwest of it. And so it's centralized, but I think it's going to be ending in that open field. Similar to the game 2 or the first time in Miramar, I think it's going to end right around that same area.
All right, so we're going with realistic picks. Realistic picks.
Yep.
Oasis. There you go. First circle is definitely. Yeah. First circle is going to have Oasis in it. How about that one? Realistic.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever actually dropped Oasis before? Because I've done it once and it sucked.
I'm a Picado dropper every single time I play.
Yikes.
Every single time I play Miramar, it's gonna be in Picado or Los. If I'm in a comp setting, Los Leones, there's so much territory there. You could fit 3 teams in it, like we saw in the game 1. So many teams can go into Los and make it out alive. But I love dropping in Picado, boxing ring all day.
I know it doesn't matter. Like I'm just like a pub player, but every time I play on Miramar, I'm always dropping in the exact same goddamn prio in Los Leones on the north side, kind of like nestled up next to the residential buildings. I can push the warehouses after that. And I realized after like there's one game, it was like I'm not gonna drop Los Leones. I was just like, what do I do? Where are the car spawns? What is this map?
Yeah, Miramar is a scary place, especially in pubs. And if you're alone, right, you play the solo. So, whew, I mean, my goodness. I mean, we got 3 people here. You got 2 on the couch, 1 on the TV. We're just missing one more guy. We can have our own squad. Whoa! Yeah. Who's Seal blowing kisses out there? Now Charity's got to blow a kiss. You got to blow a kiss.
Let me see that mustache.
Hey, I mean, we're getting ready. We're getting ready for game number 4. We're starting to blow kisses, starting to touch each other's mustaches. Let's see. I'm trying to look at the leaderboards one more time. If there's really a team that can upset the leaderboards,
I
want to say Friendly Fire. You're saying the Happy Campers. I'm going with Friendly Fire. That's team number 14. Happy Campers, that's team number 9. So keep an eye on those markers in game number 4. Seal, do you have one team that can really upset the leaderboards?
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to second your thoughts. Happy Campers, they're just not as well of a known team as Moonwolf. Like, you know, Moonwolf pops up with 20 kills. Cool, it's Moonwolf. That's what they always do. Happy Campers, I would say they're kind of like more of a normal team. where like they have good games, they have bad games, but they just play decently well a lot of the time. And when you see them pop off and play really well, it's like, cool, they did a really good job this game. And if they can pop off and kill Turtle Squad early on, then that's what they need to do. The problem is that's what everyone needs to do.
Yeah.
Because that's a 70-point deficit, and a win gets you 100. So that's hard.
You're gonna have to see Turtle Squad go out in 15th place or lower, or I guess higher. They're just gonna have to. If any other team's gonna have a chance to really win, I guess besides maybe Team No One, Turtle Squad has to go out early. And with that being said, I think a lot of teams are going to be headhunting them. And if they see them on the kill feed getting knocks and they know exactly where they're at, maybe we'll see them go for them.
Important to note, Turtle Squad and No One are NA teams, and this is an EU server. So they might not be playing as strongly as usual. That being said, Turtle Squad did win the previous game, which is also an EU server on Erangel. So that might not come into play too much. That's kind of the hope, is that 100 ping doesn't affect people too much.
Do you think that matters though? Like, is it that bad? Is it that bad? I mean, I don't play on EU servers, so I can't really.
I do a lot. It's
do?
definitely noticeable. I just play better, and specifically my pushes feel a lot more responsive when I'm playing on NA compared to EU. But like long range peeking battles don't come into play as much. It might make them play a little more conservative. It might make them not try and take those positions of power as much on EU. But Team No One specifically, we saw what happened to them in the previous game. Their egos are through the goddamn roof. They don't care if they're on EU. They don't care if other teams that might be better, have better positions. They will take fights because they think, and they probably are, just mechanically better players compared to most people in this lobby. It's their boon and their bane. It's their gift and their curse here.
The boom and the bang. Lush is saying that Turtle goes Picado. Turtle Squad goes Picado.
So we'll see maybe if they get contested this game again, because I'm pretty sure we saw two teams drop into Picado game 2, and I'm pretty sure Lush's team came out on top. And so we'll see. Or
let's see a bunch of teams.
That wasn't
his team. Yeah. But
he's trolling me. He's trolling me.
I'm trolling you. But yeah, I will see.
Yeah. Well, there it is. We are currently going in game, and we have had some really nice plane pass this time around.
I'm liking it.
Everyone should be able to go pretty much where they go. That being said, last time that happened, no one went Georgie in a Georgie plane. So we'll see what happens this game. Maybe Lost units will be empty or some other crazy stuff, but 40 seconds until that speculation turns into reality. I guess we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. So Oasis, hey, you could drop Oasis, even though the loot is trash for a full squad at least. Let's see, you guys. Where's this circle? That Charity? Where do you want it to go? You said not crater, but you said the open
southwest
field.
of Picado. That open field in between the two roads.
That's so specific.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I'm calling it right now.
He's calling.
That's where it's ending.
That's where it's ending. All right, and then Seal
just a little to the north of where the camera is now, northeast, right there. Boom. That's where it's ending.
Boom. You heard it here first. The big boom. I'm excited. Last game of the evening. Usually we see teams kind of try something new, right? They don't go their normal routes. They don't play their normal way. They're a little more reckless. Yeah, especially on Miramar. They're a little more reckless. So very interesting to see if the teams are going to play recklessly here in game number 4 of the evening, or if they still have their eye on the prize, the big $400 that right now looks like Turtle Squad might be the claim for that.
Yeah, well,
prize.
Only time will tell. I think Turtle Squad have won previous Royal Sundays, so it's another paycheck for them, but we'll see if that ends up being the case. Looking around, I don't see anyone, and actually, is that Turtle Squad? No, that is not Turtle Squad. That is not them dropping Picado, so we can confirm that Lush is a liar and a cheat.
He was just having me say where they're going, even though they're not going. He's trying to fake out the other teams, get in their heads.
Drop school, fist fight me. Looking around though, it looks like nothing too crazy here. A couple of guys in Los Leones. It looks like might be 2 teams in Picado as well, but these are the exact same teams we saw drop Los Leones as they did previously. And it looks like at this point as well, Team 6, that's going to be Insidious. Looks like they will have Picado to themselves, which is a pretty good place for someone to be getting for themselves, completely uncontested. No teams showing up for their cars or to contest it at all. So
not bad. Ooh, circle. All right, there we go. Charity might have this way. I'm definitely not gonna have my way.
It'll take about 5 hard shifts for him to get his way.
Hey, it's going. It's happening.
It's going there. We still got a couple people in parachutes. Interesting enough, but Fable hasn't really been having a crazy evening. Let's see if they can make a comeback here in game number 4. Already losing a member.
Yeah, they all ran to this building, but I don't think they realized that someone from Squad 14, Friendly Fire, was already on the rooftop. Galderoth is kind of looking around. He probably hears Mondo. He's trying to look for him. Guns him down in the back. Didn't have a gun. Had to run away, but had no options besides that. And now after taking out 2 players, let's see if he can make it a 3-piece, a hat trick, if you will. Spots out Obey. Gets another shot, and there it is. No helmet, no life. And for Galderoth, no problem. Single-handedly taking 3 players down from Fable.
You've got to hate that if you're Fable. 3 players down within the first 2.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like Shooter's gonna. He might be able to go for Mondo. It's gonna be risky, but
No
he's
way.
definitely not gonna be able to go for the other 2. They're gonna be finished off right here with ease. He's gonna try and get.
Look at that cowboy hat.
It looks like a flash.
Yeah, maybe a stun while he makes the attempt for the push. He actually runs right next to the building, so if they didn't get flashed, then they will have heard him move for this res. So he is getting that now. His teammate has the helmet. He himself with a cowboy hat. Looks like Utah's and Galderoth, they're not sitting next to the windows. They haven't moved to the roof either, so they might not have heard that movement toward the res. That being said, look at the map. East side having Adam and Soapylicious, so even if Fable get the res, even if they find meds and try to get exfil east, there's Alex and Crow to the north and THC and Soapy to the east. They have almost 0 options here. This is so bad for Fable.
Ooh, let's see what's gonna happen here. That wall being able to keep Shooter alive for the time being. Udis doesn't exactly know where they are, but they know that they're somewhere. Oh no, spotting one through the window with the Vector.
That is the tightest angle.
Yes.
Wow, yeah, that's an angle sandwich for you.
Just numbing that up. Actually lands a couple of shots there, but looking away at just the wrong time, waiting for the repeat, doesn't quite go for it. But a teammate there, Zodiac, playing the far left side, getting that player. They don't know that Fable is here, though. Liquor just sort of playing the side of the wall. Hasn't had a lick of where he is at the moment, but Zodiac literally on the opposite side of this wall. Oh my god. Shooter's heart must be racing at a mile a minute. You can hear these players, peeks them, they spot each other, but not quite able to get the kill, and now Shooter, oh, he's super dead.
Oh, Shooter, come on. The cowboy hat, go for that jump. Oh, still alive, surprisingly, but going down. Wow, they survived a lot longer than I would have expected, though. Let's be honest with each other.
I'm surprised Shooter decided to hold that angle and not. As soon as he got the res off, him and his teammate should have immediately ran out from that spot.
Yeah. While this is going on, though, oh, Alex taking down Liquor while they're looting, so taking too much time, making too much noise, allowing the Happy Campers to roll up here and take 1 player down. Now, if they can get 4 of these kills, then that is exactly what they need to launch themselves up into leaderboards. But as I say that, look at that. Squad 14, the boys on Friendly Fire, all falling back into the billboard building is going to make it very, very hard to actually push in. That's a very, very hard to push building. I'm not sure if the Happy Campers should actually go for that.
I mean, hey, this is game number 4. You go for everything, Seal. You see a little thing dangling in front of you, you go for it. You go for that blood.
I don't trust the
Go
carrot,
for that early game action. Lost the
Get that carrot away from me. I don't trust it.
And they have circle there, so they can choose to take the long fight and not have to push that building. They can, you know, go for the knocks and just really play it safe and slow to make sure they keep all 4 players alive.
Oh. TNT going for a push here. Udis with the Vector not able to defend here. Galderoth, meanwhile, on the top floor, unable to get any support. Alex winning the peak, Zodiac with a huge flub spray. There's only 1 player left. Galderoth is holding the stairwell. They're pushing it over, just throwing bodies. Not quite working out. Galderoth at 1 HP, has a first aid, so should be able to get that off as well. And it looks like for now, THC will not go for the push. They're pulling back, getting the reses, licking their wounds. Galderoth popping the first aid, pushing down for the push. No one here actually shooting a body of his teammate. Spots the head of Soapy, re-peeks. Galderoth not moving at all. He's forced back here. His head is shot. I'm not sure if he still has a helmet at this point, but has no first aid. Helmet still exists, though it has a little bullet wound in it at this point. Falling back all the way to the rooftop. Actually, the high rope, climbing all as high as he can. Gonna be seeing if he can maybe let the Sims do some work, some bandages as well. But at this point, the flight and the fight or flight response has taken off here, and I cannot blame him at all. If he is going to get out of this for friendly fire, then he needs to make something crazy. A miracle needs to happen for Galderoth here.
A miracle. Or he could just jump off, end it all. Deny those
That
3
sounds,
points.
oh
But
my God, Dave. A miracle or
I just say,
suicide.
He could survive
to
the
deny
fall.
the point. You might be he has the bandages. He might be able to survive the fall. Just maybe. I mean, a 1v4 Steel. Let's be real. What are your options here?
I guess you're right, Dave. I guess jumping off the building is the best option. It's kind of sad. But look at this. THC actually checking every nook and cranny, every little hole in this building is being just rolled over. And as soon as they realize that Galderoth isn't here, they have a choice to make. Do you push onto the roof where he might have jumped off at this point? Maybe you just didn't hear it. Or do you just let him go? It's really hard because the roof push is super hard as well. I just hope that THC don't push up there alone, because look at this, they're spread out amongst the ground floor and even into adjacent buildings. You're going to have at least 3 players ready for a push if you're going to go onto the roof at this point. But at this point, they might not know where Galderoth is.
They know he's up there somewhere. They're in the circle, so they can definitely invest the time needed to kind of sniff him out. But they need to be careful because we still got a bunch of teams that are not in the circle, and they might transition into that position. So they're gonna need to really count how many minutes they want to invest that one solo member.
Do some shots here. Looks like Galderoth peeking from the rooftop, getting some shots onto
he jumped
Soapy.
off.
Almost took him down. Uh-oh, but now he's speaking. I saw Adam in that building, that window. Might be able to take a head off of Galderoth if he peeks here in the edge too long. Yeah, I think they spotted each other. Yeah, Adam definitely sees him, tries to take some shots, but is not going to be able to connect any of them. Soapy now left with bandages as well. Means he's not really going to be able to get in the fight soon. But while this is going on, Crow and Alex making a 2-man push-up here. This is pretty worrisome. A 2v1 is absolutely winnable. If these guys go down, then there will be no backup coming in. But look at this. He's distracted. They get into the doorway. This is exactly what THC needed. Peeking from the left and a push on the right. Crow takes him down. Very, very nice push from THC.
That's the second team going out within 10 minutes. There's a lot of action early. 69 still alive,
All in San Martin.
All in San Martin. With THC coming out strong, 4 still alive, and they still have Circle. Although the Circle's not going to end there. It's going to kick far south to the southwest of Picado.
Oh, look at this Saints, or this there's the psychic over here. Monty, though, look at this. Check it out. The guys on Squad 21, the game knows that we weren't giving them the love they deserve, that we weren't paying any attention to them, and so they're going to get great, saying, sorry, the FirstBlood guys are kind of dicks. Here you go. We're sorry.
Oh, Steel. Keep it PG, man. Keep it PG.
They're meanies.
For the kids. But,
They're meanies.
The question is, did they even see the crate come in? I don't know if any of them were looking in that direction while I was dropping down. No, okay, I was mistaken. OP is definitely going to go get that.
AWM. Yeah.
He's going to love it.
That's a nice weapon. That's a nice weapon to have. So, I mean, we're going into that period where it's just the action's going to calm down just a little bit for the time being, at least until all these teams get into a circle, because everybody looks like they're spread out. Fairly decent amount. I don't know.
Actually.
Everyone's pretty spread out.
2 players in the south side in that area that Cherry pointed out earlier, the little plains that they thought it was going to end on, but also 2 players still in Los Leones, probably getting getting as much loot as they can. Meanwhile, looks like Dark Kick will be able to find that. Hopefully he's a good shot. Not sure how strong he is, but apparently Squad 21, the boys on Rare Excellence, pretty strong mechanically, individually. So should be able to see some pretty good stuff from him going into the mid and late game.
So is there anything that's absolutely sticking out to you guys?
Not really. This is a pretty normal Neymar game, I feel. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, well, I'll need to check it out one more time after we're done looking at this. I mean, team number 5, hardships don't exist. They're going to be gatekeeping team number 12, the Youth Crew. Youth Crew has been doing a pretty good job here in the 3 games leading up to this 4th game tonight. So I think they'll be able to safely make it into circle number 1. But sticking out to me, I mean, nothing right now is really sticking out. All the teams kind of spread out, just playing the first circle, right? I mean, it's only the first circle, so really can't expect too much. There we go. Next circle. Oh, Charity.
They would
Man.
definitely have to hard shift down, and then just half of my prediction would be right. You see that Turtle Squad, the team currently in first place, is they're deciding to move out. I was gonna say they're holding a pretty dominant position, but they're gonna opt to go more central, running into Moonwolf. Moonwolf's gonna be able to hear them coming up.
This is only a duo from Moonwolf here. The rest of the teammates are actually coming in on the minimap right now. Washout coming in from the south side as Lush comes in from the east. These new drivers probably heard Lush come in. And yeah, they're looking here to take a fight. Washout and Snacky just rolling right on up. They know this is only a bike. There can only be 1 or 2 players here. Washout getting really close, but as I said, Don't You Be providing some backup. Peeks over the ridge, and Snacky from behind takes him down. There is Don't You Be there with a trade, though, but now Washout with no backup could be in a 3v1 spot here. Taking the peek against one, killing Don't Shoot Me. Maybe falling back, saying, do I go for the res or not? One player on the left side doesn't even see him. Go bang on the far left flank. Wow. And but look at the minimap. Moonwolf O'Connell taking shots from Espire pretty much means that Snacky and Washout have zero hope of getting res. In fact, Moonwolf might be going out very soon here.
Wow. I mean, Moonwolf...
This is exactly what Turtle Squad needed to happen. That third party stopped the push entirely. They were able to get the knocks, and it looks like they're going to keep all 4 alive, for right now at least.
O'Connell trying to buy time against Espire, only going down to a frag 2v4 situation trade. This is not what Moonwolf needs at this point. He's going to be abandoning his friend and trying to out-peek these guys like a madman. Gets one, needs to reload. Go Bang once again on the left flank. And Don't You Be on the right. Is Go Bang the flanker? Yes, he is. He is always just right in Moonwolf's blind spot and definitely making it work out for them.
Man, Moonwolf
Turtle Squad did lose
place.
2 by the third party. And so they, or maybe even the third one right here. It doesn't look like he landed it.
If they know that that was Turtle Squad, then every team in this area should be running at that. Oh man, I really hope that Team No One was looking at the kill feed during that time, and I've put 2 and 2 together. We obviously, with the spectator feed, know that that's Turtle Squad, but they might not know exactly where those shots were coming from, where exactly the location, the source of those were. But there's a lot of people that heard that fight go down that are looking in that area. Leda and the rest of the guys on Squad 4 and Uprise are looking at them, as well as Team No One were kind of eyeing them up a little bit, but not making a real push. In fact, Team No One, the reason why they want to push is because they want to finish off Espire, who lost 1 player in this compound by Team No One, but it retreated back to Power Grid. Looks like they did so safely. So good movement from them, but that play from Espire bought Turtle Squad enough time to fall back. And we'll just kind of like reconvene at a different spot.
Happy Campers pushing on to Enter Uprise right now. Ooh, Enter Uprise not aware of this push quite yet. Soapylicious not going to be taking those initial shots. Position still not blown, but the shots are going to start coming out. They might have been able to get a little closer before unloading this.
Way too soon, and Mystery with the SKS able to take him down. His team was not quite in position, and going down as well. Alex in the middle of nowhere, might be able to crawl behind this rock. These frags are going to need to be godlike by THC to not die from this. Leda leaving the compound to try and secure these kills. Waldo with a beautiful frag, finishing Alex G off. Adam is the only hope here as Mystery moving around the right flank. Leda on the left one. Adam, if he can secure that right flank, they could begin to stabilize, but Leda sneaking here very, very close. He hears that one player in the far side speeds up a little bit. Might be able to take him down. He can quick with the M4. Gets 1, gets 2. Beautiful from Leda, taking out THC to 17th place.
What a play by Leda. That was just an amazing spray trade.
Yeah.
Able to take down one and immediately switch to the other is impressive.
Can't be too happy about that candy, though.
No, it's unfortunate. Man. Hey, it happens. I'm not ever going to be biased. I'll try not to be, at least. But great plays by Leda. Like I said earlier, any player on that team, Team Uprising, Enter Uprising, they're great. All 4 of the players can hit their shots, and Leda just showed it right there.
Oh, yeah.
See ya later.
See you later.
Look at this, though. Team SBS going to get a free AUG on their transition into the new zone. I have to assume they saw that. No one even in the East, so they might actually be able to secure a top 10 based off of positioning alone. But here we go, back to team number 5. Hardships don't exist. pretty aggressive. Game number 3 so far. Game number 4, Mr. Blown Apart already dead. 0 kills, but they are not holding back. They're going to be taking shots at multiple teams now, making the transition into the new circle. Charity, your Picado spot no longer in play. Sorry.
That is unfortunate. I could have sworn I was correct, but it looks like I was not.
All right, Team No One are looking to be the gods of the current south side of the zone right now, specifically the southwest side. They're gatekeeping multiple squads here, specifically Squad 12. Youth Crew are the squad of ire here. But looking on the far left side, we do see the remnants of Purple Squad cruising on by away from the zone in a buggy, looking to make a very, very wide rotate. Problem is that they get away from one squad, they drive right towards another, so that's not an easy route for them to take.
Yeah.
They will be able to avoid, looks like, the most of the fighting for now.
Bunch of teams gatekeeping each other here on Miramar. Ramsey. Ooh, team number 4, Enter Uprise. We were talking about them kind of here and there, but looks like game number 4, 7 kills so far, 4 members alive. They are just now starting to pop off. And
they're doing really good.
Yeah.
It looks like they wanted to make that push though, and they were pulled back.
They pulled back.
It makes a lot of sense.
Because look, there's the whole squad right behind them. Pretty much, hard chips don't exist. Now going to be making this push as well. Ramsey trying to get out of dodge, going to be hiding behind those little mountains for the time being.
Nice for Mystery. He was able to get it down a Jimmer, but Binlong there with the trade, the long-range trade. Surprisingly, that's about a 150 to 200-meter shot or so. But Ramsey, you're very close to Dash, trying to spray him down. Oh my God, barely gets him before he goes down the ridge. He's now moving toward Binlong, seeing if he can confirm this. I think that Binlong now is the last man up from Hardships Don't Exist, and this is going to be a very, very hard hold, as Mystery should get res. Leda should be able to find some long-range support, but Binlong actually deciding he wants to get the hell out of dodge, getting in the off-road and driving away, but going right towards Squad 6, the guys on Insidious. This is going to be a very, very hard path to take, but will just cruise right between these squads, should be able to make it in. As long as he can get far enough away from these squads, to be fine. But with very little gas, that means he doesn't have any options. He needs to get to safety and then take what you can get, and he does just that. Dismounting right next to Power Grid, and with a new zone, just in the right spot for a solo player.
Let's see what's going to happen here. Bars Gamer trying to connect some of these shots. Dash 32 from Hardships Don't Exist, going to be dying to the zone. Lemon drops dead body right there. Utsy, Team 21, Rare Excellence, currently in third place on the leaderboard. And they continue to survive. Already 2 members down. High Fix taken down and out. Defiant Canuck bleeding out. OP Dark and Utsy, they need to make some moves happen right now. They want to continue. Ooh, I might have jinxed them.
Yeah, real from the reflexes. We can definitely see the nerves coming into play there. He shot at nothing there for a second before, and it will be Mac, the winner of Berserker Esports there. We're going to be the only one walking away from this, but as I say that, there's going to be 3 guys from Squad 13, Empire Gaming, looking like that they want to be the real winners of this fight, and there's a lot of bodies around. There's a lot of loot on the line here. If they can just kill Mars, then they got like, what is that, 8 bodies to go from it. Uh-oh, 1 peek there takes Mars out, and now 2 more down from Mac. This guy might be a god. There's only Phrase left. He finishes off his downs, and I don't care what's going on here. There's only going to be 1 person walking away from this fight either way. Oh!
And there's that reaction that you were talking about. Mac, he could have had the finish there. Would have been a godlike play.
I think he forgot that he got that down outside, and he was like feeding Phrase intel, which allowed him to get that kill so easily. But on this north side, a very, very steep cliff, that Squad 11, the guys in Golden Boys, a very convenient name, are heading on down. They're actually getting third party here from the northeast side, though, by Squad 7. Redmane, as they make their own way down the hill. So some great shots and an early engagement will take out Flash and Ripstick that will allow them to take down the 2 front players. Should make Mega Man very easily gate kept here. This is going to be a hard fight for the Golden Boys.
See if Ronan can hit these shots in the open player, and he does. That's easy. 3 down for Golden Boys. Let's see if Coconut even opts to take the fight, or if he's just going to deuce out. It does look like he's going in for it. He's going to be forced into the zone either way, but he's got a minute 38 before he's got to move, so He could end up playing it slower, but it looks like he's going to go for the revenge.
Go! That's a lot of open terrain, and
best.
he's kind of just sitting here during this time. That being said, Squad 7 Redmain, they heard shots here before. They know this compound is in hot contention, and they got to keep all guns pointed forward if they want to take this fight safely. They just don't know what they're walking into. Right now, they don't know that there's only a duo in that building next door. They do take the warehouse, though. That's a lot of surface area for them, a lot of staging area for them to go off of. But with the new zone, or the old zone where they've been talked about at all, not much in play for them. So they need to kill everyone. They need to essentially kill everyone on the north side, and then go south.
Here we go. Back over here to team number 4. Enter Uprise. Now, last time we checked them out, 7 kills. Now they're at 10 kills. Ramsey's got a whole entire squad in his sightlines. Team SBS. Mystery going to be taking out Mr. Pasta over here. And here, I mean, 12 kills. Leda finally knocked down and out. Are they going to be able to get him up? Here comes the smoke. The res might be happening. But this is Team SBS. This is their chance. This is their chance to make the push if they want to close that gap. Or make their way a little further into the zone here. They only got 3 members alive. I felt like that would have been the chance to go, but they might be opting to stay behind the shack for the time being.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying, Dave. They might be playing this a little bit too cautiously because if they get caught behind the shack forever, they're going to die. That was their only opportunity to leave, and now with that res coming off and the heals coming off as well, unless Dragon lands like 2 more shots just like that, like you got a mystery getting that down, then that is going to be a hard win. But look at that Ramsey on the far right side, might be able to flank Dragon. Any peek at any point in time will prove to me that Dragon's down and out. Might be able to take Waldo's head, but it won't even be Ramsey. It'll be Waldo out sniping Dragon. Ramsey confirming the kill on the flank as well. Only 2 players left up behind this shack.
Yeah, now they're on lockdown. You know, they're pinned down. All their angles for the new circle are being looked at. They're going to have a very tough time. If they have some smokes, they might be able to make it out of here alive, but it's still a 2v4 situation. And looking at the mini-map, it looks like Team Uprise is now pushing that. On the opposite end, though, Ronan getting kills over here.
It looks like Redmain cleaned up the north side, took down the entirety of Squad 13. I think that was them wiped out. So cleaning up the north with the west popping off as well as the south. Looks like that they're trying to move out with expressing fire. Keeps them inside the shed. Dragon the smoke, seeing as they're in that smoke, but they are not. They're just holding inside the shed. Molotov out front actually prevents them from moving out at all. Luckily, Proxy had a med kit, so we'll be able to peek. But it looks like the guys on Squad 4 not really willing to make that push, and it's probably because of the new zone. If they get down here, the zone might actually kill any players that happens to. They just want to get in the new white. Can't really blame them for that. The west side, though, very, very hot as well as Team No One trying to push in and see if they can get some revenge for Landoon. Shoku as well, seeing if he can save his teammate Pixel on the northern flank. I see some shots coming in from the far, far north and just right over this ridgeline toward Team No One. Gobang as well. I think their last player from Turtle Squad trying to be a third party in this fight as well.
And there's Team 17 going down. Team Uprising able to finish them off. And they were able to push back into the safe zone and then just gatekeep them from there. And they're going to try and take over this compound. It looks like they're going to be able to take it for free, at least uncontested for now. Yeah, very, very lucky. Because that building on the south side is so strong. There's windows on the second story of it that you can look through, and it just barely offers up your head. So it's an extremely easy compound to gatekeep people from. Yeah, Team Uprising is very lucky that Team 20 didn't opt to hold them out.
Yeah, and they're acting like they know this place is clear, pretty much because they do. They didn't get shot during that entire time. Otherwise, they would have been gate capped going into Power Grid. So they pretty much know that that's free. Meanwhile, West Side, Team No One looks like they won against the guys on Squad 16. That's going to be Elite PUBG taken down, and I think that was around 8th place or so. Meanwhile, Gobang from Turtle Squad crossing all the way over to the northern side, right under Tanaka, and the rest of the boys on Redmain. Very, very interesting routing. Pretty dangerous as well to be going to the far side of the shrink. I guess he's hoping the zone will stay near the road as it tends to do, but that is very little surface area for the zone to actually shrink toward. Will it be worth it? No.
Ooh, and look at that. My goodness. As if Enter Uprise haven't been dominating this game enough. They're going to get this circle. They're all by themselves down there. They don't really have to move. They don't really have to move at all if they chose to be passive and just go for placements. I mean, they already got the kills. They can easily get top 3, I want to say, based on positioning alone. But over here, team number 10. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, am I wrong for saying that? Top 3 for team number 4.
It depends on if the zone goes out of power grid. A hard shift northwest will be really hard for them to react to. In general, I think that East Spire's squad 20's positions is a little bit better. But they also have a lot more fighting they have to do. Because they're on the edge of that compound toward everyone else, they have to do a lot of shooting. But look at this. Ramsey and these guys are actually playing out quite a bit. They realize that with a 15-kill lead, they might be able to actually turn this into something really, really big. But to do that, they got to get a lot more kills. And look at that Mystery spotting out a full squad coming on the east. He is not ready to fight that without everyone on his team ready to fight with him.
And honestly, I'm not even sure it'd make a difference if they do secure a top 3 because Turtle Squad is still up. They have secured themselves a top 6 position. And so they need to go out now if any of these teams have a chance. Because if they're able to take a top 5, top 4, or a top 3, they've secured themselves the win this week.
All right, well, the fight's breaking out here. It looks like the push not at all working out for Team Aurora. Well, Hadouken goes down on the back. Has goes down during his push. Now it's just Crazy and Levin. That means that the Hadouken does get res during that fight. So this radio tower providing some very, very nice cover for this push. A nice kick stop for them. But they've gotten 0 kills. And look at this one player. Active Mystery gets right up close and personal, but that was not the right play to make it all. He's figuring out a little bit too late. He gets finished off. His teammates way too far south to even help with that push at all. Bit of a flub up from Enter Upright as they even barely kill Evans. So some good shooting from them. Some smoke
they had
coming out, but
themselves.
oh man, Leda always in the right spot with his M4 spray. Shori's taking a lot of damage. His arm damage saving him from going down. But Waldo on the right flank, getting some shots in, securing some kills. This is looking like an unwinnable fight for Shori's here.
Yeah, I don't even know. Is this in the zone? Like right on the edge of the zone. What happened? Ooh, Pippin Prime TV from across the way. I don't even know where they are. Somehow managed to get sight lines onto this. Oh, there they are. Amazing job. I mean, what an angle. Oh my goodness. Overlooking this. Third partying that. That's an amazing shot. That is an amazing shot.
Despite
there you go.
that
Team
small
10.
little upset there, they are able to take Shore Easy down, cleaning up the east side, but they lost a player doing so. And at this point in the game, 11 alive, 4 teams, that's a lot of high-powered squads. I think it's a 3v4 v 3v1 with Turtle Squad getting at least a 4th place. I think this pretty much means that Turtle Squad wins.
Yeah, crawling their way in. Crawling their way in.
But they only have 2 kills. You see Team Uprise with a lot. I think they're at 18 now.
There's 16 or 18. I'm not sure which.
16.
So maybe with 11 alive, if they were able to clean up
everyone
else, they might be able to take it.
And they do have to move.
19 kills at the moment with 11 still alive. And
they do have to move as well. So they're going to be forced to take fights against possibly Don't Shoot Me, but also Eastspire. There could be something happening here, but more than likely, I would say, actually, besides that, would probably be a fight versus Squad 7 versus Squad 20. That's going to be Redmaned versus Eastspire. That's probably more likely than any other fight to happen because they're just so far from the zone. They have a lot of positions they can move through, but they do pretty much need to push exactly into Eastspire's compound.
Very interesting rotation from Redman. Ramsey going to be spotting out one of those members from Eastspire over there. Gonna be taking a little bit of damage, but not quite enough. Waldo trying to get a second take on to Pippin Prime, trying to get the revenge from earlier. Let's see though. I mean, for the most part, yeah. Look at the mini map. Looks like Redman they were able to make it. Yeah, they're not looking.
Redman were able to get right up next to the building of Eastspire. They don't even need to push anymore. They've already gotten in the zone. They could push in the garage, maybe tease a little shot, a couple of downs or shots here and there, but they don't need to because they're just below that lip, just in the zone. They are spotted though. Eastspire priming grenades, chucking them right over this ridge. This looks really good, getting a lot of damage onto one player. Now not peeking, realizing they're compromised, but it looks like from Eastspire, there's a couple of frags saying, all right, we know you're there. They didn't get any downs, so there's not much they can really do with it anymore. But look, while it's happening, Ramsey making a big movement on the far right side. Eastspire might have bitten off more than they can chew here.
The question is, can Team Uprise third party it and take the kills that they need? And you see Don't Shoot Me just hanging off into the corner, just loving hearing all this gunfight go down with 11 alive, you know he's feeling strong about the taking home first. If he's not going to get spotted at all, he might be able to snake his way into second place.
Yeah, there's a lot of sneaking opportunities here. Yeah, don't shoot me. Actually, like you mentioned, getting the zone, he does not need to move at all. In fact, eSpire barely in the compound, but an awkward hold if half your compound's in the blue and half of it's outside, or inside rather. But that does mean with this new zone that Squad 7 Redmond have to move the most, but with its huge amount of low ground, they can wrap around the entire building, just right under the noses of eSpire. And honestly, at this point, their biggest threat is don't shoot me, the solo, in the northeast.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Here comes the grenade from Farms. I don't think that's going to do much. Yeah, going to be denied. I mean, we still have 11 alive, 4 teams left. I mean, don't shoot me over there. Oh,
out.
Spotted.
Fourth place. Okay.
There they go.
That's exactly what Inner Uprise need. Any of these teams right here need. But specifically Uprise, I think with the amount of kills they have, they are in a serious contender spot for the first.
You think so?
Out to the building. Spotting out Freemy.
I can't.
Left side, D below. He's been holding the entire time. DB Dog hears him, takes an AK burst, sends him down the hill, but not quite downing him. Meanwhile, Tanaka getting his teammate down the right side. JP Cloud, this spot is so precarious. He needs outpick 3 different players, gets one. Dabble on the left side, not going to be pushing up. That cliff is too sheer, it's too steep, can't go up that.
Leda trying to
got
get a
Leda on the
pie.
backside flank.
Oh no!
This could be a huge upset for these teams.
Dablo, not a huge fan of that corpse. Pippin Prime, the only one left inside that building. A valiant effort from eSpire to try to prevent Squad 7 Redbane from pushing in. But while it's going on, Leda here, like you were mentioning, on the far right flank, taking down one player on the right side.
Pushing too. I mean, not afraid. Talk about confidence. Another one.
Crazy.
Almost getting the grenade on the back members there. Alone.
Oh my God, Leda's just 1v4 in this dude. He's gotten 3 downs, only needs 1 more. He 1v4s the entirety of Redmond. And now look at that 1-up. Pippin Prime, that's it. 24
kills. Like I said earlier, any of these players on that team can 1v4. They have some serious fragging potential. And you see Leda right there. The entire team, 4 kills, 5 kills, and then 11 for Leda. Wow. Just a phenomenal finish for that team. And like I said, that's what they needed. You have Don't Shoot Me and Turtle Squad able to take a top 4 finish. So this is really going to come down to points, just a few points, I do believe. I'm not sure if that top 4 finish with 2 kills is going to be able to stop a first place finish with 24.
Yeah, that is actually insane. Spamming that fire to help eSpire, but at that point, it's not going to be enough to fan the flames of the boys on Enter Uprise. Actually, the craziest push I've seen in a very, very long time. We don't know who's going to win anymore. It could be Turtle Squad. It could be Enter Uprise. It could be anyone else at this point. Probably Enter Uprise, though. But they just played together so well, and I don't get how Leda makes that push. I hope he was streaming at that point, Twitch TV Leda. I hope that his fans could see how well he played today, because he might have just clinched that $400 for his teams in the last game.
And you know what was so amazing? Leda was making that push on that squad. In the meantime, his other members of the team were handling the rest, right? Handling the rest of the business on the map. And almost at the same time, as that squad wipe happened, his team members also cleaned up the other end of the map and just able to secure their victory. You know, usually we see a team, focusing on one area at a time, but not here. Not in game number 4. Enter Uprise, focusing on the entire end circle and just cleaning it up.
I was going to mention that too. A lot of times teams will just focus on one problem at once, and then they'll clean that problem up and go to a different problem. Clean that up, go to a different problem. Because when you have all 4 members of your team working on something, that's the quickest way to get it done, one way or another. But that strat was very different. That was them saying, we need to show everyone that they can't peek us. Leda's teammates were looking at Pippin Prime saying, don't peek, we have bolt actions, you have a level 2 helmet, you are one-shottable by me. That allows Leda to make that move, and not only does Leda make that move to win a 1v4 against guys that aren't even eSpire, his teammates, like you were saying, Waldo was able to blow the hell out of Pippin Prime. These guys are crazy.
It's amazing. And I'm curious to see as well. Maybe the chat can help us out. Was Leda streaming? Because I would love to go watch if there's any clips, any VODs of that. Because I mean, we saw from the spectator cam that 1v4, but I would even like to just watch the whole game over from their perspective because 11 kills, that's phenomenal.
And you would hope with a name like Twitch TV Leda, he
You're
definitely
streaming.
had his stream turned on.
Yeah, man, I hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so. If not, just change the name back to Leda. But I'm back here
Get
on
the
the
name
ATC.
change, right, man? Come on.
Name change. Yeah, get the name change. So how's it going on the couch, guys? I know we're waiting for the scores. Are you guys comfortable? You look pretty cozy.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Censor that debauchery.
So it does look like we have the final scores in. I'm not entirely sure if these. Yep, they are updated. So Turtle Squad with that 4th place finish, they were able to clutch the 1st place by almost 50 points, and so it didn't look like they had very much trouble with that. But Team No One with that final finish really gave them a run for their money. I think if Turtle Squad had not taken that 4th place, they would have been out of it.
That's 100%. A 50-point deficit, man. I don't know. That's a lot of points between 1st and 2nd.
That is, but at the same time, let's say you take it. I don't know the difference between a 4th place and a 9th place, but I think it's 50 points.
Yeah, I think the biggest story here is Enter Uprise actually in Game 1 getting 19th place, and as well as in Game 3, I think it was 10th place there. Not too great for either of those 2 games. I think if they get like anything better, then the 70 points, that's like a 3rd place or so. So yeah, just turn that 19th to a 3rd place. It's easy, and then well, it's not easy, but that's what they would have needed to do to get 1st place here today.
Highest kill per squad too, because 2nd place would be Team No One in round number 2. They got 21 kills, and we were all screaming at that. But 3 more kills.
Actually, both teams, Team No One and Enter Uprise, I just did the math. I think they both got 34 kills. Across those 4 games, which is kind of crazy.
It's crazy. So, so what does that mean?
They almost got a whole lobby on their own.
Only the 1st place team win. I mean, with a game like game number 4, if your team uprising, it was just a little too late, right? I mean, they played their hearts out that game, trying to get that 1st place victory. But I still, even though they didn't win tonight or today, I mean, it's a good look. It's a good look.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder what kind of mindset that changed, because whatever they were doing in Game 4 was working. Like that idea of we need to kill everyone, and then they did, and it worked really well. They just took fights whenever they had to, but it wasn't crazy. Like remember that shed fight? It was like a 4v4. They got 1 kill early, and then they sniped a 3rd and were able to finish him off as well. So there's 2 players left on that shed. They didn't push the shed. They thought about it. They really, really wanted to do it, but instead of pushing him, they just pulled back to the zone and gate at them to kill them that way. So that shows me that despite that they're a really, really just strong team, they're really smart as well. And to talk about PGI for a little bit, the teams that are doing really well in PGI, OMG for example, they're like playing in a very similar fashion where they're saying, we don't care how good you are. We don't care how good your shots are. If we're just better, then we'll kill you, and we'll do that 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, and then they'll just win the games that way. And PGI, by the way, not close last time I checked. OMG pretty far ahead, at least as of yesterday's games.
Yeah. And just a reminder, we've been reminding you guys all like previous casts, do the / Discord command and download that app, right? Charity, you probably know a little more about the app and Seal, but well, what are the benefits? That and the play of the day, right? You need to do the play of the day, and then we'll pick, and you'll get the re-invite back next FirstBlood. But explain the app for us, guys.
You got it? All right. Yeah. So basically, you can go and sign up for the app at fb.io/PUBG. It's an early access app at the moment, but it runs amazing, just seamlessly in the background of your games. To qualify for the Survival Sunday, you go in and sign up for, I think they had 8 different qualifiers this week. And so you go and sign up for one of the qualifiers. If you take, and then play solo games. And I think it's 4 games. If you're able to take the top 2 positions out of those 4 games, you can get an invite for your team. And so go and enter it. They run them daily. I think it's multiple times a day, actually, or 2 times a day. One earlier in the day, one later in the day.
One for E, one for NA.
Yep. And so basically, you're able to, really match it to your schedule. And again, like I said, it just runs seamlessly in the background. It's a lot of fun. It really makes it to where playing pubs makes it worthwhile. And if you're not interested in the Survival Sunday and you're just wanting to play pubs, like let's say you're just a solo player and you don't have a team to compete in the Survival Sunday, there's a benefit to that too. They have a 1080 Ti up for grabs right now, and if you're able to go in and enter one of their events that they run hourly, you can get a golden or a silver ticket, one of the tickets, and then enter in to win the 1080 Ti. And it's a random drawing, but the more tickets you win, the better chance you have. And so, yeah, you get to go in and play solos, and it's just it's a great way. You play PUBG like you always have, but you can earn and compete like never before. And so it's definitely something to check out. And again, that's at fb.io/PUBG.
On top of that, there's some things that actually I like about it as well. Is that it'll actually track like the amount of times you press certain keys. So like I learned that I strafe about 30% more than your average player. I'm just like a really panicky player. So it just tracks a lot of cool stuff. It has like little mini replays on it as well. It just does like almost anything that you'd want from a PUBG app. So just check it out. Just ! Discord, join the Discord, and it's in the announcements. Or I mean, hell, I'll probably just PM it to you if you send me a PM. So just do that if you're interested. All right. Well,
can you order food from it? Like say you're playing PUBG and you're hungry, can you order some food on it too?
Oh, that's a good question. We should ask the dev team about
that. I mean, you'll have to get a win, and then you can order your chicken dinner.
Oh, damn.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, other than that, I think their food is limited to the chicken dinners.
All right.
Which, I mean, who doesn't
well,
love chicken?
Well, it depends on your opinion of the edibility of 1080s, I think. Like, if you eat a T80, or a 1080, then yes. They do food.
I think you get a good power up if you eat that, or stomach problems. I'm not entirely sure.
You become smarter.
One or the other. We haven't tested it yet. That's why we got Seal there on the couch.
All right, enough of this memeing. This is going to be it for this week's Survival Sunday. We'll be getting next week's to you guys soon, but hope you had a good time today. And once again, congratulations to Turtle Squad for winning the $400 dues. I'll see you guys next week. This is pretty worrisome. A 2v1 is absolutely winnable. If these guys go down, then there will be no backup coming in. But look at this. He's distracted. They get into the doorway. This is exactly what THC needed. Peek from the left and a push on the right. Crow takes him down. Very, very nice push from THC.
That's the second team going out within 10 minutes.
Adam is the only hope here as Mystery moving around the right flank. Leda on the left one. Adam, if he gets to that right flank, they could begin to stabilize. But Leda sneaking here very, very close. He hears that one player in the far side speeds up a little bit. Might be able to take him down. He can quick with the M4. Gets one, gets two. Beautiful from Leda. Taking out THC to 17th place. Bodies to go from it. Uh-oh, one peek there takes Mars out, and now 2 more down from Mac. This guy might be a god. There's only Phrase left. He finishes off his downs, and I don't care what's going on here. There's only gonna be one person walking away from this fight either way. Oh!
And there's
different players gets one. Dabo on the left side, not gonna be pushing up. That cliff is too sheer, it's too steep. Can't go up that.
Leda trying
to get
laid
on the backside flank.
Oh no!
This could be a huge upset for these teams.
Dablo, not a huge fan of that corpse. Pippin Prime.
Another one!
Crazy.
Almost getting the grenade on the back members there.
Oh my god, Leda's is 1v4 in this dude. He's gotten 3 downs, only needs 1 more. He 1v4s the entirety of Redmond. And now look at that one up. Steady Pippin Prime, that's it. 24 kills.
Like I said earlier, any of these players on that team can 1v4. They have some serious frag.
No one might be in for a very early exit here in Game 3.
Yeah, this is very dangerous.
No one might be in for a very early exit here in Game 3.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. I mean, they can kind of play this one out. Zark going to be making the push because
Chase
is in the circle. Oh, Zark coming in clutch. The last member alive right now. 0 kills. There goes 1. Any grenades? I mean, they can ricochet something and might be able to play clutch here. I mean, what is this, a 1v1 right now?
I think it's a 1v1. Yeah, he was able to find a first aid kit, so both players at a 75% HP. Frag being primed, forcing Zark back. He's going to be going back into that room beyond. And I'm wondering at this point, just with a couple of nice jumps. Look at the kill feed, though. O'Connell does bleed out. So at this point, Moonwolf, they don't have any reason to wrap north. The question is do they avoid the fight to survive, or do they keep going for it? Is it 2v2 at this point? This frag might get something done. Oh my God, that got both of them. Moonwolf with the frags all day today.
Yeah, they're amazing with their grenade abilities. But
it's too far split, too hard of terrain to come over. And so I think they're really just trying to take heads at the moment. And speaking of that, Soapy goes down to Mr. Blown Apart. But
try to confirm these downs. A lot of frags on the way, and don't kill yours. Oh my God, there's so many explosives and utility going in.
How'd that not get him?
Oh
my gosh, just barely over the ridge.
They're actually able to get the res off as well. No time to heal, just start shooting, and all of a sudden TC in a hugely rough spot. But the flank on the left from Crow, and Soapy finishes them off. But it is not without losses, and look at this. I think that know that he's here right now. I see Gobang priming a frag, might be able to take him down. Flows on right on past him. One to the left. Oh my God, air bursting right in front of him. Ears are ringing, just shaken, stirred, but not going to be out quite yet. His teammates trying to help with some frags, but nowhere near on point. Detonating way below that hill, but not quite able to get the kill. And now Shooter, oh, he's super dead.
Shooter, come on. The cowboy hat, go for that jump. Oh, still alive, surprisingly. But going down. Wow, they survived a lot longer than I would have expected, though.
And so I think that overall, they're a great team to look for. They don't back away from fights. You see it right here. They're pushing it.
That is not the time to pull out the frag. He's trying to hold this, but does not even take a single one with him. Damage Leda a little bit. Or is that just like you need to link up at that point? Or is that just like you need to link up at that point?
You need to link up. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose.
I mean, it's kind of dangerous at this point. Ooh,
this is really bad for Mega Man. Oh my God. The front left wheel is gone. The car is smoking. The players have taken some shots. They need to get out. Oh my God. One player gets out barely.
How did he? Some team push from the south. The guys on the north, that takes them too long to ship. And so if 21's able to get up on them, it's a harder position to hold. We'll see right here.
Ooh, Defiant Canuck pretty low with the health. Sneaking up. Zark definitely hears this. Zark going to be pulling around, trying to back out. Ooh, Zark taken down. In the process, I'm
garbage. Wow. So the north side of the zone, very few teams here. Most teams in the game were playing that southwest side, expecting it to stay on that side, but it's just keeping this road in time and time again. So Squad 4 feeling really good about that, as well as Squad 20, or at least the remnants of East Fire. And oh my God, I feel even better at this snipe the head off of Soapylicious there. Not able to finish Leda off. So going into with 3. Holding these hills with 4 is really, oh my God, look at that kill feed, and look at Dash landing that headshot, getting 2 different.
I guess you can say. But here comes Moonwolf. I mean, we got 19 left. They are starting to make this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
What a nade.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Moonwolf, they are turning on the button. They're pressing the on button, and I think they're going to be able to contest our team down there in the south. Number 18
almost takes out Requiem, but a little bit too close. You know, on the left side we see Phrase, who's taken out before this fight happened. Very, very tough res right there. And look at this, Mondo just running with Ironside Scar. I'm not sure he knows what he's getting into. Snaps up, taking out Mars Bar, pressing the first flank as well, takes on Culpepper. It's just Requiem who is not sure. Decent player himself should be able to make something happen there. But look at this. Squad 8 does not appreciate players taking their hill. Lush on the far left flank, just sneaking in right in front of him. Cocktail beginning to take some damage from afar. At some point, they're gonna peek up, and here it is. A huge close-range ambush, taking out everyone at once. There's only one player, the Lush running out of ammo in front of him. Cocktail beginning to take some damage from afar. At some point, they're gonna peek up, and here it is. A huge close-range ambush, taking out everyone at once. There's only one player, the Lush running out of ammo, though. He's literally one shot. They just need to land one more bullet onto him. Lush playing the left flank as Karina's finding, but oh my god, an ending befitting of Michael Bay himself. Frag detonating the UAZ as well as the life of the last player from Squad 15. A very, very scary ambush from Lush and the boys.
Oh! Madness.
Journey, is this one of your
going on.
playbook? Kills, they know exactly where Galdroth is. This is a bit of a gatekeeping spot, but look at that mini-map. If anyone peeks to the north, he is easy pickings for anyone, but they're too busy hiding rather than actually taking shots. But oh, look at the south side. Gizaz running right into Moonwolf. He doesn't even shoot him. No one's shooting each other. What is going on?
Wash Up, get him! Get him! You gotta punish him. I mean, Wash Up is still crawling. But the
Oh my
circle
gosh.
is now pushing in. I don't think they'll be able to outcrawl this one quite yet, but they are just